You know, Bret the Hitman Hart's always spoiling a lot of things, isn't he? You know, he's been on the show.
Who's that?
That's Bret the Hitman Hart.
That was Bret Hart?
That was my attempt.
That's a great impersonation. Yeah, it certainly
Will you
was.
come on up there to...
I almost knew who it was.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Wait, maybe all you Americans need to learn a thing or two about respect.
Don't quit your day job.
All right. I tried, guys. I did it. They said, do Bret Hart for Jim Cornette and see if he kills you.
Well, now, you did an impersonation of Bret Hart. You didn't actually do Bret Hart. Yeah. If you do Bret Hart and let me watch, that would be interesting.
You're watching The Joe Cronin Show. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show, a wrestling podcast with attitude. Over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I wanna kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
Shit bomb!
Lazy fucking writing for both shows. No call-ups, just fucking angs.
Yeah. Ooh. Time to wake myself up from that. I quite honestly don't know if I have any rants left in me. I don't think there's anything else I can say that hasn't already been said about Afghanistan. This was one of the most boring shows I had to watch, and most of it wasn't that bad in a way. Had this been a regular SmackDown, it would have been considered probably okay. But because we were let down last night, and because it became evident, and it became wildly evident, that all WWE gives a shit about is the brand split next week. Now, they don't follow their own brand split rules tonight. They constantly break the rules of the brand split, the whole need for competition and all this other stuff, all out the window, all bullshit. They never follow the rules of the brand split, but there is a brand split for some reason. And on a night where they really just threw the fucking brand split rules out the window, they seemingly tried to put over how there's a brand split happening next week. Next week is the real night for WWE. They don't care. They didn't care that much about tonight. This is starting to become like the Royal Rumble. Yeah, great. Royal Rumble. Somebody won. Can't wait. Except now it's 3 months till Mania, and a million other things are going to happen in between then, so who cares anyway? And then the Elimination Chamber could change everything. This has become the Elimination Chamber of the road to WrestleMania. The brand split the week after, the night after WrestleManias. And it's ruined everything about this. The only one good thing that happened today was the WWE finally took their heads out of their ass and fired Robot Daisy Fuentes, or Dasha Fuentes, or whatever her name is. WWE Champion. WWE Champion. I could have told you from fucking day one that this person shouldn't be working for WWE. So I think, based on the fact that this lady, who seems like she's a sweet lady, it's not her fault, based on the fact that that was working for the company for 2 years, tells me that the WWE are indeed fucking morons. You know, I wish I was in talks with somebody from a different company just so I could tweet it out to WWE and make them mad or something. I don't know. I don't want to do a review tonight. I don't want to be here. There's nothing to talk about. The only thing to talk about is nothing. Or about how next week there's a brand split. Because WWE clearly didn't give a shit about this show tonight. They gave no fucks about this show tonight. They just wanted to tell you about the brand split next week. And by the way, don't you have a show that comes on the WWE Network following SmackDown? On the bottom of the screen, I saw tune in for 205 Live coming up next. And I thought to myself, well, that's cool, but why did the announcers not tell the audience that? Are you not trying to promote your network? Are you not trying to promote the performers on 205 Live? Do you not want to say, oh, everyone coming up next right now on the WWE Network, 205 Live, we're still live with you. Join us on the network. Is it like USA Network doesn't want them taking the ratings away from whatever show's coming on? Is that like a courtesy thing? If it is, I understand. If you tell me that, I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I know that in the past they've promoted things like that. So there's not a problem? By the way, what's really the difference between Dasha Fuentes and that lady tonight that was on SmackDown like 4 times? She's almost the same person, yet they fired Dasha Fuentes. Seemed like the same person to me almost, except for that girl's a little hotter, I think. She's a little bit better. They all suck. They all suck, right? They're all terrible. Charlie Caruso is like the best of the worst. Charlie Caruso's like a 6 out of 10. Whatever that person was tonight, whoever that is, she's like a 5 out of 10. And then there's another girl who follows Triple H around during Access with Stephanie McMahon, who dates Finn Balor, and she's probably like a 4 out of 10. And Dasha Fuentes is like a 2 out of 10, if not a 1. And I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about as far as how good they are with wrestling and wrestling interviews and things like that. So you have literally a C- or worse group of women on your team. I screamed about it last night. I even dropped Dasha Fuentes' name and then spiked my microphone as I talked about their robotic asses. And then today, she was fired. Now, I don't expect to get Charlie Caruso out of here because for some reason someone over there wants to blow her camel toe. But maybe we can get these other couple of these girls out of here. I don't care if Finn Balor leaves the company with his girlfriend if you fire her. I don't care if he pulls a Jerry the King Lawler and follows her right out the door. Get rid of them. You've almost got them all. Thank you for making part of my dream come true, WWE. It was almost like you heard me last night, and then today she was gone. But I will say at least they fired the worst one. Dasha Fuentes, hands down, was the worst one.
You piece of shit.
You are a piece of shit. Jeremy, I will get your donation, man. I'm sorry. Let's play some of these for a second. I'm going to trigger the sound so Jake DeMarco, who's here with me, can hear. Plus Tommy. We're going to have input from Tommy. I can't wait for that.
Super Chat Party. Hope Mandy Rose wins the Money in the Bank.
I hope Mandy Rose has a wardrobe malfunction. LJ Reactions, thank you so much, man, for the donation. I appreciate that. What's up to everybody? How's the chat doing? I can tell you guys went to bed tonight. I can tell because I'm looking 900 watching the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Last year there was like 1,800 watching to 2,000 watching this show tonight. 900 people watching right now. That's because people went to fucking sleep. People went to bed. And you know what? I want to go to bed too.
Shit bomb.
I don't want to be here.
Well, that was pure AIDS. Never would have imagined the SmackDown after Mania would be nothing more than a bunch of fucking tag team matches.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't accomplish a fucking thing tonight. Sorry you guys had to watch this boring ass shit. 2/10.
Triple Gaming, I almost want to give it a 1 just because I'm angry. I don't know what kind of colostomy bag of a human being would give this show a good rating tonight, the night after WrestleMania. Triple Gaming, thank you, Triple Gaming, for the $5. I have no idea what type of demonic demon would like this show. It's
pronounced land split, not brand split.
Wow, I agree. Big Matt, thank you, Big Matt, for the donation, man. What's up to Big Matt? Just a atrocious night.
Let's beast.
You piece of shit.
Richard Adeptu, thanks for subbing to the channel as I butcher your name, Richard. What's up? Let's see if we can trigger the sounds here.
Shit bomb.
Lazy fucking writing for both shows.
Give me a thumbs up
no
if you hear the sounds,
just fucking
Jake.
anxiety attack. What a fucking joke.
You guys gotta talk, though.
2/10 for both shows.
Everybody scream in your mics and that will do it. Hey, Jeremy, what's up, Jeremy? How you doing, man? Appreciate it.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
Lazy writing, both shows, no call-ups, just anxiety attack showed up. Didn't we say that Lars Sullivan was going to be dead as far as the crowd goes because everybody already is soured on him because he took his ball and ran home? Did they really think that they were going to be able to build a monster out of a guy who's a fucking coward?
Here we go. Oh, no.
The Botox is catching up to Charlie Caruso. Oh, yay. Apparently it's easy to troll Charlie.
Man, she's gross. J. Paula, thanks, man. Her fucking lips are blowing up out of her face. Everything's just bubbling up all over her body. It's really weird, J. Paula. I don't know. It's her voice, J. Paula. It's her robotic voice that makes me fucking cringe. That makes me want to noose myself from a Walmart ceiling. Jake DeMarco's here. What's up, Jake?
Hey, I thought it was just me being in a shit mood, not enjoying tonight, but consensus on Twitter and in the chat shows that no one liked this. I mean, I know I'm usually viewed as being critical on things, but yeah, I mean, I was just bored to hell. There was no surprises. There was nothing exciting. And again, they shot themselves in the foot. They aimed at WrestleMania to make everybody happy, right? Bless you. That was their goal. They wanted to make everybody happy. They wanted to do, as many title changes as possible for, media coverage and big notes. So why not have the Undertaker? We covered that in length. That's a dead horse. But also with the Hardys, why not give you a really good SmackDown tag team title match if you're just going to change the belts on SmackDown? Whether you want to do the brand split, have them go to Raw, as we're hearing, whatever the reason, why not have a really good, concise tag team match between those two that people enjoy? Because the tag match was ridiculous. It was a waste of time. And you could have had the Hardys win there. They would have gotten a better reaction. They got a good reaction tonight. I popped for them winning. I was excited that they won.
I didn't. I left the room.
But, it's only because the Usos will likely go to Raw next week. So, as you said, everything is full steam ahead for the brand split.
Everything was just for the brand split tonight.
I gotta interject. I was waiting for Joe to introduce me, but I gotta interject here. I was extremely disappointed with the show. This is supposed to be the SmackDown after WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
You've got the new champion there. Okay, this should have been a good show. Strowman and
Samoa
Joe could have been something that could have been set up to be a great feud. despite the fact that they're both basically heels. But it fell flat, and the entire show was it was so noticeable that it was a rushed job.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, it was very rushed.
It was the whole writing was rushed. The matches were rushed. The stories were rushed. Everything was just like, let's just get this done over with. Let's and focus on the brand split next week. And they kept putting ads about in Quebec, there's gonna be the brand split and the shakeup and blah blah blah. And it's just like there was no focus on the show tonight and building what could have potentially been, even something good to continue despite the brand split.
And I also think they screwed themselves over again as well by having Kofi on Raw last night. It took away from the celebration, I feel, opening the show tonight. You had him celebrate after Mania, after they won, which should have happened. But then you have him on Raw again last night, and it could have. If they just opened SmackDown, I feel like it would have been a bit more. But I don't know. Knowing that they only had him on Raw for a screw job.
Jake, address this. Everyone in the chat is saying that Strowman is not a face. Sorry, he's not a heel.
He's not a heel. He's booked
he's not a
face. He's booked.
No, he's face. He's booked as a face.
Okay, maybe he fought with Nicholas, but that doesn't make him a face.
He also
he's portrayed as a face recently. I mean, he does heelish things, but they still categorize him and try and phrase him as one with the crowd.
Yeah, he's like, who wants to see me give these Saturday Night Live losers the hands?
Okay, regardless that he's not a heel, that doesn't necessarily make him a face automatically. At least I don't think so. And I don't think that the way he's been conducting himself sort of fits within the babyface style that Vince McMahon wants for his...
No, I've said that for a long time, because when he was a face, he was bullying Kevin Owens and torturing him and flipping him over in porta potties and being an asshole. I've made note of this for a long time, Dave. So I agree with you there. He's not that atypical, prototype that.
But they've also given up on him.
He's like the anti-hero.
Yeah, he's just a moron. Really,
Braun Strowman is a retard. Plain and simple. What he did with his Money in the Bank, and what he's done after that. Everything that Braun Strowman has done, that character, maybe not the real man, but the character Braun Strowman is retarded.
And I actually want to go back to what you were saying about Lars Sullivan, where the crowd is noticeable as to, the coward that he is. And I was noticing on your social media that you were having to interact with certain individuals who are like, Joe, don't talk about anxiety and stuff. Look, anxiety is like ADD or transgenderism. It's a made-up fucking condition. It's fucking, a mental state. And, for people to come at you as they did and demand that you not mention it, what the hell is wrong with you people? Seriously. And on top of that, how can we take Lars Sullivan seriously now that we know that something as little as that triggered him?
Yeah.
Okay,
I know anxiety firsthand is a terrible disorder.
I want to say it's real.
It's a disease,
I do believe it's real. I do think that, Dave. I do think anxiety is real. And
sounds like we're just a bunch of slack-jawed faggots around here.
Well, but here's the thing. While I do admit and I do believe myself that people do get crippling anxiety here or there, and it is a mental thing. It comes on, and it can you can create it a little bit if you're not paying attention or if you're not on the right medication.
It's not just in a panic attack state either, too. It can happen without even there being a trigger.
But it doesn't matter. The perception is that he's weak. It doesn't matter if everybody wants to cuddle him and say, don't talk about that. Listen, I've talked about cancer. I know people that have died of cancer. I've talked about diabetes. My dad died of that with a heart attack. I've talked about heart attack. I've talked about suicide. If I have to... What these people do on Twitter is they expect me to not talk about the thing that bothers them. Oh, they were laughing when we were talking about cancer. They were laughing when we were talking about gay this and straight that.
Or
diabetes or this thing or this happened or that bombing. They laughed at everything up until the one thing that affected them bothered them. How selfish and disgusting are you? Either everything's funny or nothing's funny.
It seems like I triggered enough people in the chat by saying that, which was my intention.
Well, I do disagree.
Fishing,
I know, and I respect what you say, but I don't believe what you said. But
regardless, you're making a good point. Is that like boo-hoo. We talked about something that you consider taboo, but in the real world, normal, humans, adults talk about these things so that they can move on and build from that and get better.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm telling you that I think it's real because I've had anxiety to a small extent. And when I've had it, it's been shocking how horrific it can be. So I understand what's up with Lars. And so,
I've dealt with reactions from medications where you have terrible bouts of anxiety, and you're sitting there, you're not upset, you're not stressed, you're not depressed, there's no triggers, it just hits you. You have a wave of emotion that you can't control. But the point is,
I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it because I don't want to come on here like a fucking...
No, but regardless of that, think of it this way. Okay, so the audience knows. Then make it yours. Own it. Fucking do what... Who's the guy?
That's not even the issue. My issue with him was that he disappeared. He went fucking silent, and they did everything in their power to salvage WrestleMania, to salvage the angle with Cena. Multiple people that I speak to had said they did everything for Lars, and he left them out to dry. And now, when he was ready, after dealing with all his bullshit, they tried to work with him, and he was silent. And had it not been a mental health thing, then they would have shit-canned his ass immediately. If it was another Enzo situation, I'm not saying the rape thing, but, where someone that's defiant and, that he would have been gone immediately. But because he had, a mental illness, they really tried to work with him. Take the night off. Don't worry about it. Come back the next night. We'll talk about it. He doesn't show up. Then he doesn't respond for 2 fucking months. How is that right? You have people that are dying to be seen on TV. You have EC3 and people on the pre-show killing themselves. Luke Harper, I was going to say, is facing EC3 in a dark match, but Lars gets a spot after disappearing for months on end. It's just things like that irk the shit out of me.
Is Lars that big guy that just was like, ugh? Is that Lars?
Yeah, the one
Dave,
that came out and attacked Angle and the Hardys.
I just said you have the empathy of a warhead in the chat.
Tactical.
No, but here's the thing. Let's go back to wrestling. And somebody in the chat said, get back to wrestling. This is wrestling, you fucking idiot. We're talking about Lars Sullivan and why he's getting the response of a douchehole. Now, they did chant you can't wrestle, so he did, to them in the back, they're thinking... Oh, wow.
We got a reaction.
Yeah, he's getting heel heat. All right. And
that's only because it's the smart crowd.
Well, it's weird because if normally Lars Sullivan in front of the smart crowd would get cheered, it would be the opposite. So, Lars Sullivan next week would get booed. Yeah, he would get booed next week, but he would get cheered tonight. But instead, he almost got no reaction to some smattering of boos tonight. And that's because people just don't care about him because they killed him. He killed himself by going away. And I know that maybe he couldn't control it in the disease and whatever else he has. I don't care. I'm not blaming him or whatever the fuck it is. I'm just saying whatever happened with him, whether it was medication, anxiety, his own doing, his not own doing, out of his control, whatever it is, it ruined him. It doesn't matter.
Come on. You get into the wrestling business.
And he's been through a lot with NXT
and
what
things
would you on a larger
say,
scale, which was very bizarre.
Dave, what if somebody had real quick, I want to get off of this, but real quick, let me just say this. What if you have somebody that has seizures, right? Or you have seizures, that's something that goes on in your brain, your chemistry. If you have anxiety, where you just become freak the fuck up, what the fuck is that noise?
Tommy, obviously.
All right, Tommy, tell me what you want to tell me about SmackDown because I can't keep you on the phone anymore because I'm going to murder your phone.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be making noise. I'm sorry. I was just itching my nose.
Yeah, whatever. What do you got to say about SmackDown?
I thought SmackDown was boring, and I was just happy to see Kofi as the champion on SmackDown.
Yeah? You sucking up to the blacks now,
huh? No, I'm not sucking up to anybody. I'm happy to see Kofi has the title around his waist, and he deserves it.
Yeah. I think you'd rather, Hello? Jesus. Hey, Tommy, what would you...
Well, you got the reference.
What else did you like? What, Tommy?
Oh, no, somebody was... That fucking asshole saw I was on your show, so he's fucking calling my phone as I was talking to you.
Hi, James Worley. Hey, James Worley. How you doing, buddy? How's Callie? We know
change your number, Tommy. It's free. You sign right into the app. You change your number. It's totally free.
You do know that he's not in California anymore. He's in Florida, Tampa.
No,
you always change the subject on this. Change your number. Why won't you change your number? It's free. I had to do it. Change your number.
Yeah, he got doxxed.
Yeah. Change your number.
Change your number.
Change your T-shirt.
It's free.
There's nothing wrong with my T-shirt.
Why would you change your number?
Don't change the topic. Change your number.
All right. Well, Tommy, anything else about SmackDown you can tell me that you care about, or you didn't watch, or you like?
I didn't really watch all of SmackDown, and I watched bits and pieces of it because I was taking care of some business. I was on a business phone call, and
business phone.
By the way, I just want to say, Joe, I do love the episode. Was that my first episode that I ever called into your show?
No, but it was one of them.
But very nice, nostalgic episode, by the way, Joe, on Corrupted.
All right, man. I appreciate it, Tommy. I love you. Keep it hard. Tommy NC 2010. I want to kill myself. Tommy was like a reflection of SmackDown tonight for me.
Change your number.
No, he's the embodiment of SmackDown.
The embodiment. There you go. I know. Unbelievable. Let's take a phone call. Maybe somebody else has something to say that isn't abysmal. Caller, hello. Hey, James Worley. How you doing, James? Oh, see you later. All right, you hung up. Just going to leave him on, too. God damn it, man.
Where's J Hood when you need him?
All right, so, let's bring me to the beginning as well. Okay, let me play a couple of these and then bring me to the beginning. We'll get back to this. God damn it.
Dasha looks like she put on some weight over the years. Maybe a few too many cream of some young guys.
Oh.
I don't know, but my guess is she got the same treatment Mickie James got several years ago.
I hope so. I don't even know what that is, but good to Humpster Broski. Yeah.
You just didn't like her, did you?
I just don't like. I hated her, dude. My God, she was a robot douchebag. Like it was the worst. Listening to her was like listening to AIDS come to reality. Like it was like I don't like AIDS through words. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like listen to this.
Where the first live Raw took place. Super exciting because it's pretty cool to see how intimate this setting is. Everyone is so close. It's going to be crazy loud. And we've got some of the original.
That's not even a good one. Like
she sounds like she should be calling out the lotto numbers, not calling wrestling.
That's it. That's exactly what I tried to tell someone. I said, she's not bad for like a host
a weather
yeah
position. Yeah.
But as far as WWE.
Her real name's Dasha Gonzalez. She had a 5-year stint with WWE. Doesn't even seem like it was that long.
She was there for 5 years?
5 years. She's back early in 2015. She was training to be a professional wrestler. She even wrestled a few matches in NXT at house shows. She would team up with Dana Brooke and Becky Lynch. She took on Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Devin Taylor. She was also part of Tyler Breeze's entrance at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable in May 2015. Then they saw her backstage talking, and they thought she'd be more memorable and usable as a backstage interviewer than a professional wrestler.
What?
So she was there for half a decade.
Dude, they are on drugs. They are on drugs over there.
Turning back to SmackDown.
Pretty face turns ahead.
Victory for you tonight.
Somebody from creative falls in love and keeps it going.
I don't think she's
JoJo. It's like JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo, but I think JoJo actually sounds good announcing.
Yeah, but she started with the wrestling thing too, and
right?
Moved into the announcing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, with Eva Marie.
Listen to this.
You square up against the Riot Squad. Tell us how you're feeling about that matchup.
Well, after last week,
it's just terrible. No wonder she wasn't good. She wasn't supposed to be doing that. I don't understand who at WWE makes these decisions. Like, and what I mean, maybe they just wanted to give her a paycheck for 5 years. I totally don't understand what is.
I'd like a paycheck for 5 years.
Yeah, can I get paid?
Super chat party.
Somebody got a blowjob.
With all the NXT call-ups, I think the call-ups next week may be from 205 Live in UK. Like Buddy Murphy and Pete Dunne.
Oh God, they ruined this week. I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, the Rusev
UK
one.
maybe, but they wouldn't draw up from
Now,
205
please
Live. They
welcome
just
my
bring
guest.
them into 205 Live.
Yeah, this was the one. Spaz Phoenix, thank you, Spaz Phoenix, for the $5. I appreciate
and
that.
as you know too, Joe, Raw had the lowest ratings for after Mania in ever, but also I mean, this as far as this year goes, it was up compared to last week, so that was good. But
people were sending me emails. I made a video about it. People were sending me emails
Yeah.
saying, "Joe, what do you think about this, man? You think it's a new blah 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 because of Kofi and everything? Like last night's Raw was the best Raw of the year." I'm like, the best Raw of the year is every Raw after Mania. You idiot.
Yeah. I mean, they were up 12% from last week's show.
But it was 25% less than last year.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Here she is.
Now, please welcome my guest, Rusev.
Rusev.
You hear the crowd? The crowd actually laughed. Listen to the crowd.
Rusev.
I swear to God, people laughed.
Now, please welcome my guest, Rusev.
Now, please welcome my guest, Rusev. This is last year. You said she was in the company for 5 years? This was last year. This was last year.
It wasn't like, a Ronda thing where she got better as time went on. It's just more robotic.
Now, please welcome my guest, Rusev. What was that? Like, hey, Joe, we're back from break. Please welcome my guest, Rusev. That's all you gotta do. Please welcome my guest at this time, Rusev. And you turn, you put the mic in his face. You don't say, and now, my guest, Rusev.
The women's division has problems all over the place. I mean, Sasha apparently had some big incident backstage that they're talking about now.
Yeah.
I reached out to a few people. Maybe we'll know something
Her
from
water
out of
broke.
nowhere. But I know that a few people tweeted out stuff. I don't. Again, I'm taking that with a grain of salt, but that's my catchphrase lately. But it's all allegedly at this point. But I'm hearing, what I read backstage. There was a big incident at WrestleMania involving Sasha Banks. She was in a tiff on Twitter with Alexa earlier in the day. They blocked each other. And
They
then
blocked each other?
Yeah, and then backstage she was highly upset over something that led to a big incident, and that led to her canceling her appearance on the Wendy Williams show and appearing for signings. So, and then she posted that kind of cryptic thing on Twitter with the long, post about her basically losing her smile. So, yeah, I mean there's that. They want to turn Bayley heel. Everything's just a mess. Ronda is actually injured, so her hand is broken. She won't be back for quite some time. On top of her already taking a break, I mean the women's division is just a sinking ship at this point. Should be a big deal, and they just can't.
I'd like
right
to know.
their wrongs.
People say, "Why am I butthurt?" And it's like it's obvious. I just want to point out. She was hired for 5 years. WWE took all my videos, asked me for them, never got back to me. That lady was hired for 5 years.
That's because when they told you to suck it, they weren't, remembering DX. You were supposed to suck it.
What's butthurt about calling out somebody they put in a position of talent that can't cut the mustard?
I need to grow some titties. I'm kind of growing them actually, but you need to grow some titties and start looking a little bit nicer, and maybe you can get in on some of that shit. I mean, Hamilton got in though. Hamilton's, he's a pretty good looking guy. What was the point in Shane McMahon just belittling him for like 8 minutes? Was it like I get the point, like to get heat or whatever, but they already did that, and then it went nowhere. I thought maybe he was gonna beat the shit out of him, and that didn't happen. I don't know. 908's on the phone. Hello.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jacob.
Jacob.
What's going on, Jacob?
Yo, at this point, is Bayley a lost cause? She doesn't have a gimmick. What would you do with Bayley? Even as a heel turn, like, what's the opposite of a hug? What do you do with Bayley?
The opposite of a hug is me too.
A cunt punch.
Have her go around.
They're trying to make her be more, in line of edgy, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if she can pull it off though, honestly. They want it to be a slow burn. Like you saw her hold onto the ropes. You know, she'll start doing some heel tactics in the ring, especially if Sasha's done for a bit. It'll happen a little bit. You know, it'll progress a little bit faster. But she was supposed to turn on her this time, and it was supposed to be, you know, in vain of them losing the belts.
Because, bro, these wrestlers, they can't try to be somebody else forever. Like, Sasha wants to be Eddie. Bayley wants to be Macho Man. You got to be your own person eventually, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, how do you be a heel super fan? You're right about that. That's what Bayley is. She's the super
how can they be anything
forever?
Can you imagine if Hogan was like, well, you know something, dude, man, all I ever did was watch, you know, Buddy Rogers or whatever the hell. Like, it'd just be like, what? Nobody would like him for that. Nobody would like you for
problem.
Yeah, like and then her frog splash though, dude, at WrestleMania. What the hell is that?
Terrible.
Did you see a guy in the parking lot? The video going around of him doing a frog splash through a table.
He did it better.
That guy nailed it. Did anyone see that? The guy crushed it. Sasha's was like, ooh, like it was awful. And I like
one
Sasha.
on the Subway Mania was funny too. Those guys fighting on the subway. They pulled off some aerial maneuvers in that little box car. It's just like, come on.
It's like Sasha was just like, fuck it. They don't care. I don't care. Nobody cares. Who cares? Right? Like,
that's basically what it was. Like, nobody cares. Like, because that was a tadpole splash, man. Why would you not go up and do the real splash? What in the world did she do?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like when I was younger, when John Cena first came in, I've always said this, but that's when I started watching wrestling. Eddie was my top 5. I saw everything he ever did past 2004. Bro, that was not a fucking frog splash. Please stop. Like, this whole Eddie thing. Stop, Sasha, please. Joe, thank you for taking my call, Joe.
Thanks, Jacob. You know what it's like? It's like when Charlotte Flair used to try to do the Ric Flair stuff, and she didn't do it that well. She does it way better now. I can say that. And the woo, she had the woo down horrible. She'd be like, woo, or something like that, and it was, like, terrible. And you're like, stop doing it. Oh, my God, like, it's terrible. Someone teach her how to woo. Like, I can't believe we have to talk about this. But, yeah, it's just don't do that. Like, honestly, I don't understand how did she not watch him do it? When Eddie Guerrero did a frog splash, it was intense. I want to tell Sasha, like, you can do that too. Did you know you can do that too, Sasha? Do you remember when Bret Hart used to get thrown sternum first into the turnbuckle? I put this video out there the other day. Like, remember this? I said this to everybody, and I was, like, just loving it. Oh my God, Bret Hart sternum across the, like, this is crazy. Like, boom, oh my goodness. Bret Hart, oh my God. Like that right there is like, oh my God, dude. Nowadays they run into it and just be like, boom. I mean, granted, nobody really ran into it like that even then, except for like Hart, you know, but like that's the difference between like what Sasha's little splashy thing. It looks like she was trying to ride the air, like to fly or something. Like, ooh, yeah, maybe it will catch me and I'll go off and fly into the air. But
Owens doing the stunner doesn't make him want to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, he's not trying to come out there and raise hell. And, you know, it was just, you know, he did his finisher after Orton did the RKO. That was the point of that. You know, it's like...
It looked kind of lazy to me, too.
It was lazy tonight, granted. He looked disgruntled as well, you know. Certainly not like a face would. The point is, he's not trying to be. You know, you can do moves that people have done previously. You can mimic styles without trying to emulate them entirely. And I feel like, you know, those two, Sasha and Bayley, have always tried to. You know, it's more than just paying homage. They're really trying to, you know, like I said, emulate those previous wrestlers, Macho Man and Eddie. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm very disappointed. You know, Eddie would want to shoot himself if he saw this. How about that?
Yeah.
Go back to Chaotic Wrestling in here in Massachusetts, or go to Ring of Honor. I don't know where you're going to go, Sasha. I don't know what you're going to do. Top Skulls, thanks for subbing to the channel. Let me get a couple of these donations out of the way, and we'll get back to it. There's a little more to talk about now that there's a lot of us. I wanted to hang myself, though. This show is just nothing.
Supposedly Trasha Skanks is ditching her obligations because she's got an extra period.
Yeah, you know,
about having to drop the belts at Mania.
Spaz. Thank you, Spaz. Yeah, you know, I don't understand what... I love Sasha, and I think she is booked wrong, and I think a lot of people are booked wrong. But I think the fact that you're going to get mad when they take a belt away from you and like the imaginary championship, like what? You literally got the first ever tag belts, and then they did what I said they should do, put them on a heel team. You're in wrestling. Doesn't that make sense to you?
I think people are just wrestled out. It's always a long week of wrestling. BTW who the green shirt fucking front row every show. He's been wearing damn same thing 7 years. He's like Tommy.
Yeah, I want to punch that guy in the face. You know,
him and the Dave Rose doppelganger. I want to beat them both up.
Well, I think Dave Rose doppelganger decided to just stay home and bang his mom. Alexis, sweet ass, thank you. But Green Shirt still has no mommy, so he's there by himself. And he wears a green shirt, so he's easily seen on TV. Revolution, thanks for the sub. Yet when I reached out to him on Twitter and said, "Want to come on the show, man, and like talk about blah blah," he just like acted like a douchehole. And I'm like, "Why are you sitting in front always to look like
Super chat?
What are you doing?"
Hardys USO deserved longer time, felt flat SMH.
I hate the Hardys now. Magnificent swag, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I hate the Hardys.
Give me a hell yeah!
Fuck them.
Hey guys, I don't have any more ideas and don't know what I'm doing anymore. Just watch AU. P.S. Joe, thanks for tuning in.
You're welcome, Vince McMahon. I'll keep watching and I'll watch the ratings drop, Vince McMahon. Yeah, I don't care about the Hardys because I wanted to see Matt Hardy do all these crazy things as a deleter of worlds, and you basically turned it into a joke and ruined it.
That's true. That's true.
And now you just went, "Oh, put him back in the Hardys." Haha. No, I don't care.
Super chat party.
I didn't even care they won the belts.
Rollins should have interrupted New Day.
Rollins should have interrupted New Day, yeah, maybe, but who?
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Also, I need to talk about the Hardys thing. I don't care about the shake-up. I don't think the Usos should have lost it.
I don't think so either. I agree with you. They didn't lose at WrestleMania, but now the night after they have to lose because the shake-up's coming?
The second night after. It's not even the night after.
Yeah, bullshit. Like, they should not have lost.
They've healed. They're ready to go. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, absolutely should not have lost. I didn't want them to lose. The night after, whatever. I mean, fine, they lost. People decide whatever they want, but I was just bored by the whole thing. 203, what's up?
What's up, guys? It's Gravy.
Gravy, up in Connecticut.
Gravy. I thought it was
Vince.
Yeah.
I thought it might be Vince.
Hi, guys.
Titan Towers.
What's up, baby?
Hey.
What's up?
So, about this green shirt fuck, if he's going to be at Money in the Bank, I might knock him out for you, Joe.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. I'll pitch in for your bail.
I just want to watch him. I just want to scare him. I want to be like behind him and be like, "Yo, watch out, green shirt. Watch out in the parking lot, green shirt. Oh, oh, oh."
I said to Shelby and Jake. Jake, you remember I told you this, man.
Oh, yeah.
About who?
I said to Shelby, I was like, why the fuck does this guy consist on wearing the same exact shirt just to be on fucking television? Like, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, it's constant. And same with the Brock Lesnar guy with that gray skull shirt.
I think he masturbates under that shirt while they're in the ring.
Jeez.
Swear to God, he's rubbing cock.
That's rough.
Yeah, there's a big permanent white stain.
I'm literally going to have Shelby record me saying, "What do you do for a job?" And if he says he works for WWE, I'm just going to burst out laughing.
He won't even answer you. I know the guy by how he acts. He'll turn at you and go like this. He'll be like, if he does turn and look at you, he'll go like this. And
yeah, all right. And
that's what he'll do.
Turn your back. I mean, you're getting punched right in your shit.
That's what he'll do.
This guy took selfies with Goldberg in the back. He clearly has some sort of connection to WWE.
I think they just pamper him sometimes. But yeah, I always believe that. I'll tell you one thing is they give people tickets. I mean, the answer is when they don't sell a ticket, they don't want the ticket empty. They call people and they have people sit there. They've got regulars that sit there.
No, there's a reason why this guy continues to get front row tickets and continues to wear the same shirt and has the same look over and over again.
Listen, he got tickets to Saudi Arabia last year. He was there in Saudi Arabia because Shelby found his Twitter and he got pictures of the ring.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think he might be the guy that knows everything Pat Patterson's ever done in his life. So they have to they have to sit him there.
I mean, granted, we didn't get a lot of great things last year's Raw After Mania either. You know, we got Authors of Pain came up. Now, in hindsight, we know that they were ruined, but at least that was somewhat exciting. Bobby Lashley returned. Paige retired. You know, we had some things. Jeff Hardy came back. You know, there were some things that were more of a big deal. You know, but that was also Ronda, you know, confronting Stephanie again. Last night, I barely even remember what happened, and it just happened. Tonight, it's the same ordeal. I wish it was more exciting to see Kofi come out, but this is the third celebration we've had. The Usos and the Hardys, I got into it. The match was okay, but I was like, why didn't they do this at Mania? Why wait? Why just wait for SmackDown? This could have been great. You give them 5 extra minutes and do it on, you know, on act. I'm baffled by some of the decisions.
Why are you playing hot
do this
potato
shit
with the fucking Intercontinental belt?
The Intercontinental belt?
Yeah, they're playing like hot potato with it. It's going from Finn to fucking Bobby, Finn to Bobby. Like,
oh yeah, back and forth, and now I don't even know what's going to go on further with that. I mean, we're getting kind of some idea of where people are going to go for the shakeup and little things here and there, but I'm just not confident with what they're doing. So
I just hope Money in the Bank's a good show because Hartford's a tough ass crowd.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they give us something to cheer for.
You might be asleep.
I mean, you hear things. It was intended to have Samoa Joe beat Rey Mysterio quickly. That was their plan. It wasn't because Rey was injured. He was cleared to wrestle. They just were under time constraints, and they chose that match to cut down. But it worked well because now we have Samoa Joe looking more dominant, and he was able tonight to come out. You know, that was one of the highlights to me, having him come out and you know, really be able to say, I'm a dominant champion. We can believe him a little bit because he's not coming off of multiple losses. Yeah. I'd like to see that continue. Him and Braun could be really good. But I don't know if that was just a one-night thing or if Braun's going to... It seems like Braun may be going to SmackDown. We'll see what happens.
I feel like they're going to put Samoa Joe against Kevin Owens maybe, but I mean, I don't know.
It could be that as well. And I wouldn't complain about that either.
That'd be all right.
Well, what are you guys thinking about Money in the Bank? I know it's too early, but
that is the next show, right? I don't think.
Yeah.
There's another one before then anymore. So
May 20th.
I'm glad that they have time to build. Hopefully they don't waste it all. You figure when they have the shakeup coming up, this will give them a chance to start new feuds. But it doesn't look like they're going that way either with a lot of new feuds because, I mean, I'm already hearing that Seth's going to be facing Drew. I'm not complaining about that by any means. It's just that, you know, it seems like it's going to be a lot of the same of. We're also supposed to get Roman and Baron Corbin going forward. So they wanted that, you know, going into Mania. And now they're supposed to change things around. And the reason they had Baron Corbin also go over Kurt Angle was to build him up so that he would be a worthy opponent for Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yay.
Gravy, I'm going to let you go, man. I love you guys. I'll see you soon, too, probably.
All right, guys.
Love you.
All right, baby. You guys make that porn for me.
Yeah.
Make that porn for me. Let me...
Now, question for you guys.
Yeah.
Whose fucking idea was it to do the shake-up show in Quebec in Bizarro World?
I don't know.
Like, that is a recipe for problems.
Honestly, though,
I mean,
feel like...
Don't you want that event to go down well?
I feel like Montreal's weird anyway. It's quieter now anyway. They're not even like they used to be.
They have been loud. So, it's like, you know, some of the times. I mean, so they've been receptive.
You never know with those Frenchies.
That's the thing. I think it could be a smart idea in some aspects, just because they know that they'll get a dedicated fan base. You know, that people, as we're in the United States, you have multiple opportunities to go to different shows. I feel like they're only in Canada typically once a year, so people wait for that.
They're in Canada a little more often than once a year. I mean, SummerSlam is in Toronto this year.
Yeah, that'll be, but that's not a common occurrence.
That's pretty cool.
So
I forgot about that.
Well, a pay-per-view event in Canada is a rare thing, but house shows are normal.
House shows I see more often, but they usually only have one, either Raw or SmackDown back-to-back a year.
Yeah.
And the fans, you know, tend to really wait for those live shows and come out in full force. So you see less of the casual, more dedicated is what I'm trying to say.
True.
So I think they were kind of counting on having more of the, you know, hardcore-esque fans.
The superstar shakeup starting next week and going forward needs to include NXT and NXT UK. Plus by SummerSlam all titles need to be unified one final time and all champions can compete on both Raw and SmackDown. Keep up the great work, Joe.
Daryl, thank you so much, man. He dropped a $50 super chat bomb. What's up, Daryl? Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
That is amazing, Daryl. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I mean, they gave the belts to all the faces, pretty much, it seems, the mega faces. So it's going to be tear down time, I guess, for the next few months or whatever. Daryl, thank you so much for the $50 bomb. Holy shit.
I mean, even the Iconics are heels, but they're not like your typical heels. They're still more well received than normal heels would be. So
I think anxiety is fake, and you, what else is fake? You people are fake in the chat. And wrestling is fake, you guys. Fuck you, fake nerds. Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny is real.
Dave Rose, thank you for the $5. I'm becoming a shit bum. Man, you'd be a great manager. Whoever like tears down Lars. You know, with your fake illness, you idiot. You know what's real? Bear mace. Watch this.
Yeah, spray him in the face.
And he shoots the guy in the face. You know, that's real. That's a trip to the emergency room, jackass.
Tommy, at a basketball game Debe was officiating. Why did the chicken cross the court? Because he heard she was blowing fouls.
Oh, my God. Oh, Tommy. Oh, tell Debe she's the only rape... Oh, okay, never mind. The Unknown Comic, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shitbone Unknown Comic. Appreciate that.
Fuck my ass. I just creamed. I just steamed. I'm shooting a laser beam. I just shit my fucking pants.
That guy's tapped, and I love him. Evan Rivera, thanks for subbing to the channel, Evan. What's up, man?
I enjoyed the video you put up earlier today about the ref being fined.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
You pretty much summed everything up nicely, but it is an interesting fact for them to kind of have this story float around. Makes me wonder.
Yeah, who knows what the real... Who will ever know what's really real here?
Yeah. Regardless, though, it is interesting to see it being discussed, so... Because it did, you know, muddy the conclusion to WrestleMania a great deal. It drastically changed the whole finish. Not just, obviously, the finish of the match, but the conclusion to the night, so... Even if they had the greatest of match, when you have a shit ending or conclusion, you know, that's what people focus on, sadly. And then we're also hearing that June 22nd will be the date of the Saudi show, and that The Undertaker will be taking on Elias, which we kind of made note of yesterday. So
I made a note of a lot of people in Joe's chat talking about how the Saudi show is going to be the real WrestleMania, because the WrestleMania the other day was a little bit subpar.
Well, yeah. If basically more than one good match happens, it might be.
Got it. I mean, The Undertaker will be there. He wasn't at Mania, so that's 1-0.
If they actually have like public like beheadings or floggings, I'll automatically rate it better than fucking WrestleMania 35.
Imagine that they take a break and then they do that outside. You know, and they
imagine Michael Cole talking about that.
Oh God. Yeah,
Vince,
Michael.
No, I don't know if this is right. Okay. And here we are with the beheaders.
Oh God. Did they really do that there?
You know they do.
Well, I
mean,
mean,
chop
like,
your hand off for stealing.
That's not too bad. I kind of like that.
Chop your hand off?
All right, maybe not your hand. Maybe like stab you or something, like in the hand.
Or maybe they take your hand off for, you know, you even just something as simple as, you know, you took an apple to feed yourself, you know.
Why not just beat the shit out of somebody, you know, like a little bit?
Well, they have public beatings.
Yeah, they have like floggings where like it's sort of like the whippings, like
they have those. They have those here in America, and it's called fucking Detroit. Fucking, I mean, like, you know, I mean.
No, but they've got these big guys with these huge, like, you know, old style swords, and they'll chop your head off in the middle of the square if you're like a rated a criminal of some sort, or you're a woman.
M17, what should I stop? Stop what? Please explain to me what I should stop. I need to know. What do I need to stop? Tell me what I need to do to stop.
I love Bray's puppet.
Stop being so awesome, Joe.
I want to know.
So awesome.
Stop being horny.
With those dreamy blue eyes.
I need to know.
So dreamy.
Jesus Christ! What the hell? You want to blow me? You know, me and Bayley almost made each other come earlier. I'm waiting to hear. I just want to know. I want to know what I need to stop so I can react to it. Because if you just say stop, like I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I've said like 5 different things.
It means hammer time.
I'm waiting. Still waiting. I'm waiting.
Dave, did you see the vignettes with the box yet?
Oh, stop being horny. Okay.
Like what with the zombie turkey?
Yes. For some reason, it cracks me up.
That might be the best thing that happened.
Danny, come look at this.
Regardless on how... Okay, maybe I am a mark, but there are a few people, regardless on their gimmick that they're given or that they're forced to choose because they're told to change, that I will continue to support him. One of those people is Bray Wyatt. The other one is Bo Dallas. I don't care, I know what he's capable of. The guy's gotten a little bit hefty these days. He should sort of work on that beer gut, but I know what he's capable of, and I know what Bray Wyatt is capable of. Coincidentally, they are two brothers, but I'm just saying the fact is there are people there that are given some bad gimmicks, and I know they're capable of giving a great show, and they've done so in the past. So whatever comes with the fucking turkey, so be it. You know what? I'm still in his corner.
Everybody was
I'm excited to see what they
it.
do. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be disappointing, but
I can't say I'm excited for what they're planning to do, but whatever they choose to do, I mean, short of making him the next like gobbledygooker or fucking Red Rooster, I'm behind Bray Wyatt.
Everybody was asking for it. So
what is Vince McMahon's fascination with the cock?
That's what it is. It's cock. Now you figured it out. I was wondering it too.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You know what was pointed out to me? Blake had said it before too. I missed it.
Here it is.
Oh, here we go.
And ate our children. What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us. If they had to hate us.
Oh, you put the box in there.
A little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts. And then they'd eat our butts.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome.
The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? Oh man, the crippled turkeys.
Yeah, you see the Velcro on the belts? I didn't catch that until it was sent to me. Like I said, Blake sent it to me, and I noticed, wow, that's a interesting change. They did it for the women's tag. They did it for a few of the belts. So.
I'm looking at the graphic. Where is the...
Who did you say sent you that?
Blake did.
Ugh.
Look at you can see it on the strap. They're actually using Velcro.
Where?
On the bottom of the strap. They got rid of the studs that actually connect the belts. So it's just a Velcro strap.
I didn't see that.
That seems lazy.
I can't see that from the image you sent, but... It is very lazy and very cheap.
Yeah, definitely seems, a little less prestigious. Who wants to walk around with a Velcro
Those titles
belt?
look like toys anyways.
Well, that's the thing, especially the Universal title. I like the women's tag belts.
They all
Those
look the
nice.
same, dude. What do you mean the Universal title, the WWE title? It's the same thing, man. It's just
the Universal title has that just a red, and it looks more like a toy.
It's the
WWE title
logo.
just
It
looks
doesn't
more...
have the illustrious sort of carvings that you might have with big gold, or even like the eagle belts. I mean, you don't see that. I mean, the only belt right now in WWE that has that prestigious look is the Intercontinental title. Everything else looks like a goddamn toy.
The UK title looks really nice too. The UK Championship.
Yes, exactly. That looks prestigious. That's, again, this is the title. It's supposed to look like instead of a trophy, you're getting it in a belt form. It's supposed to look regal.
Yeah. The NXT belts I do like, but
I like the evolution of those. I think they've done a lot of good work in like the old one, I think looked good, and the newer one, that they updated, I think, again, was a good transition, a good evolution of that title, but it still withheld that sort of classy look.
Yeah, I mean, Drew's right.
Now it's just toys.
Like you said, he is basically echoing what you're saying. It's supposed to be prestigious and illustrious. Spend a few bucks on it, for fuck's sake. Make it look worthwhile.
The reason why they changed it, I know for a fact, is because it's easy for the toys to be produced because you make one model. That's why they changed the female divas title and made the universal title, is that it's the same mold. All they do is just change the colors. So for merchandising purposes, especially for the fake belts that they sell through their website,
yeah,
perfect. Easy.
It's easier to do Velcro than it is studded. And they're also supposed to be doing this. I guess they're getting rid of like the screws and the side plates, and it's just going to be snap-ins.
Yeah, exactly. What's Joe laughing at?
I just found Mongoloid Justin Bailey on Twitter.
Oh, Jesus.
Some guy made fun of JD. Oh, my God. He was making fun of JD saying, oh, YouTube's your job, like you're jobless piece of shit. He was calling JD jobless, and then people went off on him, and some guy posted the guy's photo below, this is all we need to look at, you Mongoloid or something. Dude, take a look at this is Mongoloid JB.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Put a little white in his hair, Joe.
Oh my God, dude, I'm gonna fucking cry.
Is that a chin or a tumor?
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I'm trying to find like
Oh my God, especially the side by
the
side.
comparison photo is fucking awesome.
Oh my God, dude, I'm fucking roaring right now. This guy was making fun of.
No, you know what? This is fucking. If Bailey was to get angry, this is what he'd look like. It's like the Hulk.
He'd Hulk up, yeah.
That's the fucking Hulk.
He just needs a little bit of white in his hair, and he's perfect.
Las Vegas.
You know, from that slight accent into just.
Oh my God!
Oh God! What did he say about JD? He said something. There's got to be funny. Let's see what he said. He said, "If being a WWE kiss ass paid your bills, you would do it in a heartbeat. You most likely make fun of your own people that like your dribble. They're right. You are uptight, hate-filled, jobless fuck." Dude, the only response.
Benched.
Yeah, well, he does.
Surprised this guy doesn't have like permanent cross eyes and can actually type a sentence.
Oh my God, dude! I want
Ken Potter, huh? Wrestling Whiz 78. Let me guess, you were born in 1978.
Wrestling
genius,
Whiz.
fucking genius with
numbers.
your name.
Oh my God, Wrestling Whiz.
In faggot.
What? Dude, what a mongoloid. Dude, all you need to write is mongoloid below that. You asshole, dude. And I agree with him though on JD kind of a little bit, but not on the jobless thing, you moron. Oh God, I don't know. That was so fun. I was reading the thread because someone sent it to me. And I was like, why'd someone send this to me? And they really did send it to me for no reason because people won't shut up about him for some reason. But I just went down and I saw that and I fucking lost it. Oh my God.
Party.
Sasha stands for Eddie, so she can do cry videos on with Vicky.
Sasha
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh God. What the fuck? Spaz Phoenix, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
And now we're hearing more about Dean, how there's two stories going on about. One says that he got a huge offer from AEW, over $6 million per year,
Damn.
less dates, and some creative decision, and Dean will make his decision over the next few months, it says. And then there's also the same story by the same people reporting that Dean Ambrose is set to return to WWE in 6 months. He's just going to go on a hiatus and take a break.
Roman wins Money in the Bank. I'm calling it.
Yeah, we all thought that. Frog Kid, you know what? People have thought that for a while. I don't like it, but whatever.
About Dean, here's the thing I wanted to mention.
List the sources real quick. Tell me who those sources are if you got them.
Slice Wrestling.
Okay, bullshit. They're full of shit.
Yeah, that's why I said they're both reporting the same thing. And then it's been echoed by, obviously, everybody else. But
has it been? Who else?
I've seen it on Twitter. I don't have it in front of me, so I don't want to get it wrong. But I saw it
Slice
multiple
Wrestling
times.
Are fake bullshit, maybe 15 years.
Yeah, that's why I said they literally said both things, hours apart. And I
China.
Yeah, I know who's
now. I have heard previously that he's been given quite an offer from AEW, but nothing to confirm amounts or specifics of contracts. But I'm sure they have. It'd be foolish of them not to offer Dean something.
Yeah, all they're doing is speculating on what could be true anyway. I mean, based on the insults that Slice Wrestling hurled at me last year, I'm convinced they're 15-year-old kids who have a website. So
I would not doubt it. But for them to say that he's just taking a 6-month break, if that was the case, he would have just said, "Hey, listen, I need 6 months off, and I'll resign." WWE would have given it to him. They would have. They offered him everything under the sun, but creative control, and that's all Dean wanted. So if that was the case, and he just came back from all this time off, so it's not like he's dying for time off. I'm sure. What was that, Dave? I'm sorry.
You done?
Yeah.
I'm just joking. No, okay. Specifically about yesterday's Raw, with Dean's supposed last match. He didn't technically have a match. Do you think that may have been a way of letting him out, but still not saying that he officially had a last match? Like, if you guys watched after the show, like they actually had like a tribute to Dean, and Rollins and Roman came out, and they just spoke a little bit, and then they had a little send off. But like, he technically didn't have a match, so
he keeps it open ended.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking at that point. It's like it leaves the door open that he could say, "I haven't had my last match." So I just wanted to know your thoughts specifically on that perception of that, conclusion.
Might be double duty. Might be double duty. Who interrupted his match again? I forget even. Who interrupted his match?
Last night? Who the hell beat him down? I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
None of us remember. None of us remember.
Well, it's normal when you're, on the side of being abused, that you would try to put that out of your mind. So it's not our fault that we're trying to not remember.
Well, they did it to get that person, whoever did it to him.
Give it 2 seconds. The chat will tell us.
Good heel
I rely
heat.
on these sexy bastards.
They wanted good heel heat off of that, and so it was two things. Yeah, you could say that if he changed his mind.
Wasn't it Lashley?
Yes, it was Lashley. You got it, Lashley. Yep. So they did it to give Lashley help because he lost the belt the other night. So they used it like, oh, it's his last match. Oh, now he attacks, so it gives Lashley heat. Hey, Lashley interrupted his last match. Now we don't even get to see that. Like, what a dickhead. So that's really what it is. And number two, maybe it is to let the door open, but I think it's just more of trying to make sure they put heat on, on Lashley. That's really it. To me.
Yeah, I mean, that, because Lashley even made the comment about Dean's wife, Renee, saying, "Oh, I'll take care of her." And I love everybody in the chat. Lashley, Bobby. Thank you. That's the ultimate brain fart from the the triple team here. But
I'll take care of Renee while you're gone.
Yeah, I mean,
fill her up.
Like Joe said, it's double duty. It's a double service. For them to go ahead and not have a last match. They're really holding out hope for him to come back. It sounds like they made multiple offers to him. Seth begged and pleaded, as did Roman. Roman has also been on record, I'll give you all the Jack Daniels and beer every night and all sorts of shit like that, saying, don't leave now, I'm just coming back. And, so it's Unfortunate that he's leaving, but then again, he's not doing anything worthwhile at this point. We're not losing someone at their peak. He could have been so much more. I was so excited when he came back, looked like a badass, and I'm like, oh, he's going to be a heel. And then they had him be a face, and it was like a really weird, quiet version of Ambrose. It didn't feel like him. Like he wasn't that smarmy, smarky person.
They didn't let him be John Moxley.
No, exactly. And then when he did turn heel, the first, the heel turn of it was great. The night Roman is leaving because of his leukemia, and he turns on him after winning the tag belts. Like, people thought he was going to turn, but then they win the belts, so they reassure you that, oh, not tonight. They kind of lull you into a safe space, and then it happened, and it was shocking to a certain extent. It was a great moment, and then they just never capitalized on it, and the feud fell completely flat. And then they just ignored it and made a joke out of it. Like, I laughed because Dean, is crazy, kooky, but it did make me chuckle when he's like, how come you didn't come out and help me, to Seth and Roman? That kind of shit was funny, but it's like, because you tried to kill me and, you betrayed us and all that, but hey, he ignored it, and then they went back to being the Shield, so whatever. Yeah, the whole playing Peekaboo Drew Bar, you're right, was just ridiculous, so they were running around chasing each other like a bunch of fucking kindergartners.
I think we're all worn out from this Mania coverage, too. I mean, like, it's not, like you said it a few minutes ago. Like, I'm feeling it hit me today. We really need tomorrow, where it's like nothing all day until we do Out of Nowhere to wrap everything up, and then move into the non-wrestling portion of my week, other than doing my news videos and little podcasts. By the way, guys, I put up like 3 videos earlier. If you missed them, check them out later. But, yeah, so I mean, but there's stuff to talk about, but I think they did this to us last year too. Did they not do this to us either last year or the year before, where it was like, hey, it's the night after WrestleMania, but whatever, shake up next week? Didn't they do this to us?
It didn't feel as draining last year.
Yeah, it definitely didn't feel as
I give you credit, Dave, for still watching this. You're someone I thought would have bailed, like Bayley bailed and so many other people bailed. They come back and go, damn, you're still doing this, Joe?
I was surprised Bayley watched WrestleMania at all.
Yeah, and apparently he missed the main event.
Yeah, well, saved himself.
He hates
a bit
women,
there,
though, so I mean, when you hate women, you're just kind of like...
He outright said he wanted to go back to the Divas,
Yeah.
the Divas era.
Mohammed Rashid, what's up, man? Thanks for subbing to the channel. There's one of your friends right there, Dave.
Just every time they start to make a smart decision,
make a hiney ho.
Those are the magic words. They're teaming EC3
Alan Seeger
with Drake Maverick. That could be interesting.
Yeah,
because that makes more sense than AOP in Drake Maverick.
I don't understand why EC3 needs a mouthpiece when he speaks very well.
What a waste.
Sorry,
It's
guy,
pissing
but
me
I
off on that
actually
one.
enjoyed SmackDown tonight. It was better than Monday Night Raw. I think they put some Raw superstars on tonight's show to see how the crowd and social media would react to them being on a different show. 6 out of 10.
I'll have whatever he's smoking.
They don't
TJ,
believe in EC3. That's the problem. There's a few people that they just don't believe in, and that's why they will go out of their way to make sure that things are avoided.
No, it's just not fun.
Screw you, Dave. Quebec rules.
Hail Metal forever. Thank you very much.
Bismarck. Me, whatever.
I did time him out. It's okay.
It's okay.
He just, I don't know why he does
It's okay,
that.
my friend. I can accept the criticism.
I like the cock. Joe, have to be SJW to get Pepsi money. That's right, y'all never get... I'm just thirsty. I need to drink caffeine. Guys, I'm going to fall asleep. I drank a whole coffee, and I'm drinking this, and I'm dying right now. I might be.
Shit bomb.
My kidneys have been hurting me.
Joe, before I go home to my baby tonight, I did happen to see you wrestle the bear.
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
Oh.
You would not be getting a call back from us.
Road Dog Jesse James, thanks for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, somebody said, when did they ever call you anything? I never talked about it, no. Dave knows. Actually, Dave is...
Yeah, no, he actually told me in private. I never said anything, obviously.
Dave, actually, I think... Yeah, you never did, but you actually saw the messages and stuff when I was talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like when you showed, I was like, oh my god, man! Like I'm hoping the best for you, and like praying it works out.
It was weird how much they were like, go ahead, send like this, and then
they just showed a lot of interest all at once. It was then we were going to shows and stuff.
And I remember, I think at that point as well that you were looking to do some like WWE 2K whatever to like get some commentary work as done as well. And I was like, yeah, whenever you need, like, let's do it. Let's get you in the WWE.
I remember what we did. They asked me for heel work, so they were like, great on the commentary of mine that was regular straight up commentary. But then I said, well, I've got the heel stuff too. But it's only, most of my heel stuff is only in like video game or that type of thing. And I think me and Bayley did the Gold Dust match, the actual Gold Dust match that we had. And so then I sent that too, and I said, either way, I'll do either or. And they were like, cool, yeah, get us everything that you have. Yeah, never heard anything back from them. But Daisy Fuentes, employed 5 years. So I just like sit here like, what? And I know countless other guys who are great out there as well. You know, I'm semi acquaintance with lots of different people who call wrestling, and I'm like, these guys are so much better than the guys that are sometimes in WWE, and sometimes some of the talent in WWE is good, but WWE directs them improperly. So it's not their fault. Like a lot, you remember a lot of people thought Daisy Fuentes was flustered there because they were.
Is it Dasha or Daisy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dasha. It is Dasha. Who's the other girl named Daisy?
But I've seen her do commentary for other stuff, but I don't think it's for wrestling though. The name sounds familiar. I can't remember. I can't place her where she works.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But you know what? I could see you, for example, taking the Ascension as their manager and turning them totally around and making them like champions, because you've got the attitude that fits perfectly with like over the top, level that Ascension could use to be champions.
Well, if I put a suit on and then like I was just allowed to go off or come up with ideas, yeah, I would do that. And I'm not the greatest. Like with ideas, like I'm not that good. I don't even think I'm that good. I think I'm an okay idea man in the back to say like, hey, what about this or that? And then someone says, well, that doesn't quite work, but that's a good idea here. We could turn that into this. Okay, like that's how I think. I don't think I ever wanted to be in creative or anything like that. I'd rather be out entertaining people. I want to be a dickhead and then get thrown out of the ring or thrown into a wall or like beaten up because I can take a fall. You know what I mean? I can take. I like that on the independent scene too. I like when somebody beats the shit out of me after I just did something horrible. Like that's fun. Or I enjoy doing the commentary, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't even.
As a viewer, I like to see when management or managers actually get involved or like get pulled into the whole fracas and they've got to deal with it. And when they can take a bump, it really pulls the whole story together really well. I think whether
I miss the managers.
Heel or a face team.
I miss the managers, dude. I've said this forever, and you know what I mean. I'm always going to talk about this because dreams don't always come true. When I was a kid, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, dude, I can tell you that I knew my heroes, my biggest inspirations then. I mean, yeah, I loved Hulk Hogan, yeah, I loved Bret Hart, but it was Shawn Michaels and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Like Bobby the Brain Heenan and Shawn Michaels were my two favorite things in wrestling ever. Besides like Hulk Hogan maybe, and Vince McMahon. I really liked Vince sometimes on commentary, but and Jesse the Body, stuff like that. Yes. But it really was Heenan that I always loved how Heenan could like get in there and take a bump and get punched and he would get beat up, but then he'd be a great manager. He would say these just atrocious things to people, but then he was funny too at the same time. So it was like he could do everything at once. It was like he could be mean, cartoony. But then he could he could be jokey, he could come up with clever stuff, but then he could also get his ass beat, and he would sell great because it would just pop the crowd the way he would like kind of almost oversell for his size and stuff like that. And
I think Jimmy Hart also did that well.
Yeah, Jimmy did too. He was a different type of character, but I just grabbed on to Heenan, and I wanted to be either Shawn Michaels or Bobby the Brain Heenan, which are like two opposite looking guys, but I wanted to either be Heenan or Shawn, And at this point in my life, I always thought, I'm going to be Shawn Michaels by the time I'm 28. I'm going to get in WWE, and I'm going to do that stuff. And that didn't happen. But there's still that Heenan thing where like I like talking. And so when I see the people that they have out there on the microphone talking, and I'm just like, that's what they have. These people have no ability to, almost no. You know who's good? Is who I like, who seems like a real person. Who's the guy on the pre-show now with the shorts? The jorts, looks like an idiot. Who's that guy? That he's like came from football.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee or McAfee or McAfee. Pat McAfee. I don't know what his name is. Yeah, that guy. That's the type of guy
Pat McAfee. He was the punter for the Colts.
Now, Pat doesn't necessarily have Heenan's ability because Heenan was calculated. He was in the wrestling business. He knew what he was doing. Like, he was coming up with certain things. But as from all the guys that are outside the business looking in, kind of working there, like the Sam Roberts, the other guy from Hot 95, whatever his dumbass name was. Rosenturd, I call him. Of all of them, Pat, I find the most believable. Get rid of Roberts, get rid of Rosenturd, and just put Pat in that position because he's the most believable.
Because Pat's a really good analyst for the NFL, and it kind of translates well to WWE. He's good at analyzing in-ring work, and he's got a good amount of charisma, and he's a good storyteller.
He's not Bobby Heenan, but he is a great observer and commentator on wrestling, and his takes are so. He knows exactly what he wants to say about something. He knows what he's talking about, and he knows how to make it exciting. That
he's very poignant, and
buying
he gets
into
to
it.
The point, but
yeah, I'm buying into it. If that guy did a post show on wrestling, I would watch his show. So, I'm impressed.
I gotta say though, Sam Roberts' forehead is now competing with Sasha Banks.
Yeah, dude. Sam Roberts.
He looked a little pale the other day too, than usual.
Well, how about when he was sitting next to Shawn? Because, Shawn Michaels looks kind of like Sam Roberts. In a weird way. They look somewhat similar. Do you ever think about that?
No, because I don't think they do look like that.
And you are watching the...
You don't think so?
No.
Really? I think he looks like a mix of Sideshow Bob, but also like lazy-eyed, drunken Shawn Michaels. I told him that and he told me he's gotten that before. Now let's take a look at me interviewing Sam Roberts a couple years ago. And let's just go ahead and cut the top of his head off. And my head. And if you just cut the hair off, he looks a little bit like Shawn Michaels.
He looks like a failed accountant.
Oh my God, he should be dead then. All right, let's see if we zoom in. This is just the profile that I'm talking about. Just enough. So right there, that's the part of him to me. He looks like depressed Shawn Michaels right there to me. A little bit.
Okay, yeah, I kind of see it there.
Just a little bit. He doesn't look,
The nose. It's the nose.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I could never figure out what it was.
Yeah, the eyes. I guess the sadness in the eyes.
The sadness in the eyes. Yeah, the stare. Yeah.
Okay, I see the eyes now. I see how the eyes aren't really focused.
And I look like a drunken lumberjack.
You clearly do have a point.
Hell yeah, baby. I'm glad you saw it. I was worried. I was like, maybe it's just I'm crazy.
No, man. The nose is there. The recession in the eyes. The cross-eyedness. Yep, you got it.
Wow, that's awesome. I think he said other people said that.
Out there.
And then he went on to say that he looks like this guy.
Also, Malcolm Gladwell, for those of you that read out there.
Who the fuck is that?
He's got Malcolm Gladwell's hair. And kind of his head. His forehead. He's an author. And I thought you read books, Dave.
Yeah, probably some, leftist fucking...
Nazi.
Who knows?
Well, Sam Roberts shows on Sirius XM every day, Monday through Friday.
Wait a minute.
But he looks like Phil Spector. Fucking Sam Roberts looks like Phil Spector.
Look at this guy.
You guys notice that?
Oh my God! He kind of does look like Phil Spector a little bit. And check out this guy behind us with the scally cap who's, I think he's looking at my ass. I think that guy looked at my ass.
Wrestling podcast, which is comes out every Wednesday on iTunes.
Look at me. Right now I'm thinking, man, you are a douchebag. That's what I'm thinking right there. It's exactly what I'm thinking. But yeah, he looks like Shawn Michaels. So sorry, Sam. It's a good thing Jim Norton's there to play with you or whatever the hell it is.
He's actually taller than I thought. I thought he was like 5'2". I thought he was JD level.
I will say he was wearing boots that day, and I'm not kidding. I don't know what that means, why he was wearing boots, but he was wearing boots because I thought the same thing. When I saw him, I said, wow, are you almost as tall? I realized, like, you might be taller than me. And then I looked and saw he had boots on, and I was like, okay. Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to find him because we followed each other. Oh, here he is. Yeah, we followed each other, but what happened is when my other Twitter account got shut down, yeah, I never bothered following him again. I'm kidding, Sam, if you're listening. You're not listening, but in case. It happens, Sam. You're no good without Jim Norton, that's all.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it.
Point.
It's like Opie without Anthony.
I'm salty, man. What am I going to do but not bash you? I bash everybody who gets in WWE. I bash all the serious satellite people. I don't know. What am I going to do?
I like Greg Hamilton as a ring announcer. He was good again tonight. He was good at Mania. Everything he was doing with Shane was cool tonight.
Almost like him. I liked him until Shinsuke!
I believe they make him do that. There's part of me that swears that that's what they want from him.
I don't think so because other announcers have been fired for their cadences. Because
that's what makes me think that that's what they want from him. That's what I'm saying. Like they're telling him to do that. Versus him choosing to.
Based on maybe. But why isn't it Shinsuke Nakamura or
Samoa?
Shinsuke Samoa? What is that? It's awful. It is awful. No, I like Greg Hamilton.
He's got a good voice and a good sound.
Yeah,
so.
I like him. I like his voice. And I just liked him, but at this point, the Samoa, I'm losing my voice, but the Samoa about to come down the aisle, like it's just he's lost me with that whole thing. I don't know. So like when I kind of wanted to see Shane punch him. To be honest.
Now we're left with Alicia Taylor, Kathy Kelly, Charlie Caruso, and Renee Young backstage.
All of those women need to go except Renee Young.
Renee Young can stay in the back and do interviews there, but she should not be doing commentary.
Agreed.
It's as simple as that.
Well, we found out recently that the why she sounds so meek and disjointed is because they silence her. They tell her to shut up.
Oh, so she's hearing voices in her ear as well?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm sure that would intimidate just about anybody.
But not just that, they absolutely tell her to be quiet. She's been told multiple times, you're better seen than heard, essentially. So,
yeah, but that doesn't. I mean, we haven't seen.
They
much
told
of
Coach.
That.
They told Coach that too. They told every third announcer that, except Booker T. For some reason, Booker T.
So they're telling her to be quiet or only speak at certain times. But when she does speak, it's just so. It's not. It doesn't fit.
Well, that's the thing. They don't want her really interjecting. They just want her to be that. Oh wow, and that's it. They don't allow her to really have any type of personality or character or really give any valuable input.
That's the thing.
Because you see her backstage, she's got charisma. She's funny. She's got a good sound to her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why does that not translate to commentary?
I think it would. They just won't let her. They I feel like they silence her. They just have her there to be part of their agenda. We're inclusive. Look, we have a female on commentary. Go women's revolution agenda.
We've got
when they really don't want it, so they fight against it. They fight, bashing heads all the way. They just do it to check that box off.
I don't know. I think they've got enough talent already in house that they could easily complement the necessary people in the commentary and not have to, worry that somebody's going to bring them down. Move Renee to the back and bring people up to the front and give us some goddamn good commentary.
I mean, you can let people. That's the thing too. I think Renee would do a great job if it was back to a 2-person booth and her, no matter who you paired up with, if she wasn't being.
No, it's her voice. It's her voice. It gets too shrill, when she's calling action, obviously she gets excited and it translates into her voice, and other people can keep their voice a little more, I guess, maintained, even if they are, you know, women and their voice goes high. They can, I mean, look at Paige. I think she does a great job.
Yeah, Paige usually do a good job. But yeah, no, Renee's voice doesn't bother me personally. It's the silly things that she says, that the pointless, you know, interjections that she, oh, wow. You know, those type of things, but that's how limited she is.
The fake excitement stuff.
Yeah, they want her just to be reactionary, and that's it. Not allowed to add any, you know, poignant, purposeful, you know, conversation, and that's unfortunate because like I said, I've seen her backstage, and we've also seen her call things before, and it works out well.
She's not an announcer, though. You know, it's just the bottom line is she's not an announcer. Mean Gene Okerlund was not an announcer. Mean Gene was a backstage guy, and he was A+ at that. He was above everybody else. When he became a commentator, sometimes he was subpar. He was a C+.
That's true. That's true.
And Renee is the same way. She goes from being what I would consider her a B+ on the pre-show. She's wonderful on the pre-show. If you're familiar with any women or male NFL pre-show, post-show analysts, if you're familiar with any the girl who used to be the Boston Bruins person, then she became the NHL Network, Catherine Tappan, she is that girl. She's so good at it, Renee Young. But
most of the pre-show is her talking. It's not her commentating.
Right. Yeah, so she's able to steer the ship too. Get the cues, steer the ship, do everything they wanted to do. But when it comes to announcing, commentating, TJ, I got to shout out TJ Jones. TJ Jones just became a $25 patron a month, and he is in with the other 18 $25 and up patrons who are supporting the show big time in the associate producers spot for the show. So thank you for signing up, TJ. That's a lot, and I really appreciate that, especially for all the people who can't afford to even drop $1 a month. So TJ Jones, thank you for supporting Joe Cronin Show and everything, man. Let's take a call. He's been on the hold. 646, what's up?
What's up, Joe Cronin? What's good?
What?
It's Jay Hood.
Oh, man, Jay Hood, bro. What's up, brother?
Good,
favorite.
Did your mother give birth to my fucking kid yet, or what?
Yeah, she did, man. You cool, man. Yo, I like the way you rapped yesterday, man. Shit was cool, man. You killed me, man, on the beat, you know?
I know, man. It was it was okay. And I don't even know what I'm doing.
You know what I'm trying to say? I like it, man. Hey, yo, I'm going to tell you right now, man. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to kill you right now, man. I'm going to kill you right now. Last rap battle right now. Because I like when you put that song about Sullivan.
Yeah.
That guy, the WWE, Sullivan. Man, he kind of looked like you a lot. You know
Sullivan, yeah. He's got that Irish background.
He kind of does.
He's got the Irish.
Yeah, yo. So, yo, little fat boy in the background look like Jan the Snake. I'm going to tell you something right now. My name is Jay Hood. You better put respect in my motherfucking name, or I shoot y'all motherfuckers like a fucking snake. Y'all niggas ain't ready for me, because I'm Jay Hood. Yeah, everybody in the chat line better respect me. What up, man?
Yo.
I'm the best.
Yo, Jay Hood.
I'm the best.
Yo, Jay Hood, you say you're the best. You say you're the best, but you're really just a big piece of shit that I couldn't give a fuck about, you bitch-ass motherfucker. Suck my dick, motherfucker. Suck my dick, motherfucker. All right, man, I'm out.
He's got the freestyle down to a science. Jake the Snake will put a rake where it ache if you don't bake a cake for Jake the Snake. What?
He wants me to fucking cut a rap with him. I'm tired of rapping and like pretending to rap and stuff like that. I don't know shit. I just fucking say stuff, freestyle. I'm tired of the freestyle gimmick.
Oh, your John Cena rebuttal, I thought, was absolute genius. It was just so well done.
I'm not in the mood. I'm just not in the mood to do it. Yeah, the Cena thing was kind of funny because Cena waits. He's like,
but you were in the moment, man. You hit it out of the park.
This guy wrote that shit down. I just made what I was saying, but it was like
that's fucking talent.
I don't know, but that Jay Hood, man, Jay Hood, you embarrass yourself. So take your whole career and put it back up on the shelf. Shut your mouth before I put you in hell. Your mother Man, when she walks by, I say, what's that smell? Her puss is so nasty, her bush is like shit. Yo, J Hood, your mother spends a Saturday night sucking my dick. You a bitch. You ain't got no prick, so stay home and die. Because everything you do in your life is a dive. You're sucking, you're fucking yourself in your room. Your mom and your dad stuff you with brooms. Like that's what John Cena does. He just goes, oh, this and that, and I'll smell you like this. And then he just rhymes, and it's like that's John Cena's rap style. And he came out the other night with that fucking New York jersey on.
Your freak out was awesome.
I want to rip his head. I have no more freak out left in me.
But I still dig his rap more than Funktaculous.
Oh yeah, I agree. Funktaculous is not Funktaculous whatsoever.
But they had Taker there. They had him show up the next night. I know they're setting up for Saudi, but they still could have done what they did. Why not give people, they view John Cena as more of a star? If that's the case, did they really want to punish? I'm dying to know what the legit, reason is. It just...
Also surprising they didn't want to have Undertaker on WrestleMania, but he's going to Saudi Arabia. And
we've been drilling that one home for a while.
These people believe the fucking shtick, so they're going to actually give their kids to him thinking he's going to sacrifice them. I mean... He'll get whatever he wants there.
If the rumor was true about what Jake said, that's why they left him off. It makes sense because they didn't want him to get paid and stuff. But wouldn't Undertaker be like, "Oh yeah, fuck you, I'm just leaving"? Why would Undertaker then be like?
He's so loyal, and plus the payday for Saudi is probably twice Mania.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I just can't believe it. He agreed, and then they said that he pitch stuff. I'm just so confused by...
I know.
That's a weird situation.
Don't be jealous. I'm going next week and the next week and the next week and the week after that, then Money in the Bank and then week after that and then 6 weeks after that, and I'm going SummerSlam, then after that WrestleMania 36 and the next day after.
Thank you, green shirt, front row guy.
Green shirt, you know what, green shirt? I'm going to rip your teeth out like Triple H. I'm going to grab a little pair of tweezers there, and I'm going to take one of your incisors out and then plug your ass with it, green shirt guy. Okay?
Gravy's gal Shelby sent me the photo
of her
before,
pussy?
That's from, because that green shirt guy he's super fan smiles on Instagram. Yeah, he got to take home that, sofa chair from the Greatest Royal Rumble. He was like, greatest take home ever. It's just a huge sofa chair. Friggin' ridiculous,
wow.
Figures, but
that's kind of funny.
Shit bomb.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Let's do these. I missed SmackDown, but something cool did happen. I am a private contractor, private canine handler. One of my clients was on a show called Haunted Hospitals. Next time I see him, I'm gonna give him shit. Might have to sick the dog on M.
John Montgomery, man. What's up, John? John has been a beast recently. Thank you, John, for the support. That's badass, dude. Handling canines that's cool. I'd love to do that. Just sick them. I'd sick them on Leah. Go get her. They just bite Leah.
Glyphid.
Bite my wife. Retro the young boy. That's creepy, but what's up, subbing? How do you take a chair through an airport?
I have no idea.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it got shipped.
I don't know.
Maybe he didn't actually keep it, just photographed it.
Shit bomb.
Right. That's a good point.
The way Renee said what's that supposed to mean? When Lashley said he'd take care of her, made it sound like she's already sampled Lashley's BBC.
Oh my god. That's fucked up. What is that beeping noise? Brett the Shitman Fart. Thank you, Brett the Shitman Fart. I appreciate that. You beast, Brett. Brett the Shitman Fart. Oh man, I haven't heard. I feel like, was he here last night? Brett might have been here last night. What's up, Brett?
Yeah, I think so.
Just gonna get through some of these,
Super Chat Party.
Go to XWA people in New England.
Go to XWA people in New England. Frog Kid, that's a good point. XWA is in Rhode Island, so definitely go to XWA. That's Matt Taven and Vinny Marsalia's hangout. They're all down there. It's a great place. It is a really good place. I love those guys. Good guys, great place. Absolutely. XWA. You can get there if you're in Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut. We can all get over there, guys. And I will be June 8th in Warwick, Rhode Island for FanFest. Frog Kid, thank you.
Yeah! Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What were those Raw superstars doing in SmackDown? By God, that's the craziest episode of wrestling I ever did see. WWE. It's the same show on a different night. We're not that stupid. Some of us are pretty stupid though. Hashtag same shit, different color.
If it didn't happen all the time, you know, if it was just right after Mania, it would be a big deal. But
yeah, there was
like it doesn't matter.
Oh my God, Drew McIntyre's here. Oh my God.
Super Chat Party.
I actually like Dave Lal.
Hail metal forever. Well, you are Canadian, so you know sometimes you guys got to stick together and I mean y'all got to stick together and help each other so Trudeau doesn't try to molest you. Because, you know, his gimmick is going to be sneaking into houses to molest men over there in Canada. So you got to be careful.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hide your boy. Hide your sons.
Because they're raping everybody out there.
Oh, I mean, they might be.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's saying that Drew McIntyre was possibly injured tonight.
Oh.
411 Mania reports that McIntyre was seemingly injured and waved his arms in the air as he moved to the locker room.
Joe, Jake, I just gave Deb a huge bukkake. Go me.
Bukkake.
Yeah. Casey.
Bukkake.
That's right.
Bukkake.
Could you imagine if he's actually injured now again?
Super Chat.
If he's injured again?
That would be
The
awful.
announcing in WWE is garbage. Vince sucks.
Yeah, I don't know why the announcing is so bad. Hail metal forever. But it has been atrocious, man. It really has been bad. I mean, for years now, it's been so bad. I was looking at one of my rants from like 4 years ago, and I'm screaming about Michael Cole, and that was about the time that we heard that like he didn't want to be doing it anymore, and yeah, it really is unfortunate. And holy shit, we have a tied for the biggest patron on Patreon. Daryl Stoltz, man, what's up, dude? Daryl Stoltz has become a huge patron.
Renee Young has AB+ snatch. Crying cat face, nauseated face.
Damn. How do you know Casey is raw? How have you seen it, Casey is raw?
Casey knows. B+ pussy.
Yeah, I want to believe, you know?
Yeah, because I didn't even realize that, but that's a great point. Drew disappeared when they came back from commercial, and people there said that he walked into the back waving his arms in the air. So that would be awful if he was injured again, though. I would be devastated.
J Hood, your bars are trash. The lines that you just spit was complete ass gas. This man straight choking, give that boy some help. J Hood, 2 words, kill yourself. That is bona fide certified whack.
Wow.
30 seconds of our lives we'll never get back.
Oh, man. TJ, what's up, TJ?
TJ dropping them bars.
If that's the same TJ that became a patron too, welcome. If that is that TJ. A couple TJs listen to the show, so
fire.
So what's the new record-breaking tie for patronage?
Hell yeah, Daryl. So Daryl just became a $100 patron. Holy shit! I'm not sure if he can afford to do that every month or if this is just a special, you know, one-time deal. But thank you very much, man. Holy shit! You have tied. Justin McNeil, I believe. Let me go check and make sure because that's a huge one, man. That used to be that is fucking huge. You're coming in making up for the lost ones we had, man. That's so insane, man. Thank you so much. Like that's crazy. Let me see who it is. Yep, that would put you tie with Justin McNeil, man. Justin is awesome. A beast. And shout out to the people after that. The top 5, I guess you could say. Well, the other guys left, actually. But Daryl Stoltz, Justin McNeil, Gary Metzler, and Mikey 2 Crikey. Thank you, guys. You guys are the top patrons. Wow, Daryl. Thanks, man. That is crazy, dude. Appreciate that.
What a badass.
That covers the Himmel. He covered him. He came in and tagged him in. Himmel tagged in Daryl, man. Thank you very much. I mean, obviously... anything you want, make sure you look at the tiers, Daryl. Some people don't want any of the stuff you get at the $100 tier, but If you want any of that stuff, make sure you just message me, dude. We'll do, whether it's a podcast, a talk, hangout, whatever you want to do, man. We'll shout you out like Justin McNeil, the top patrons. Thanks, man. What have we missed here as far as SmackDown goes?
I'm trying to...
Is there any news? I mean, after this? I mean, because I honestly want to tell you that I thought about coming on here, staring at the camera, and then just going to sleep in the chair and not taking your call, not even talking about anything. I thought about it. And thank God Dave called tonight, because
he gave me a little pep in my step. I'm glad Dave was here.
I'm ready for sleep time from this show.
Exhausted, hurting, and the show sucked. And no, I mean, as far as news goes, Nia Jax spoke that the reason the match against Dean got scrapped was because of her schedule with Total Divas filming.
Oh.
So that's why that didn't happen. Seth Rollins kind of spoke out against the fans, saying that people take his matches for granted, that he has such great matches on a regular basis that a good match on Monday Night Raw doesn't get a sneeze at because he does it so regularly.
Oh, I agree with him.
Said,
it's not
he's
about,
not wrong.
It's not the fans'
he said,
fault,
I just don't
though.
think there's anybody else out there that has as many incredible matches with different opponents and different styles as I do. I don't think anybody's resume can speak as loud as mine can right now. So I have a problem calling myself. So I have no problem calling myself the best performer in the entire world.
I don't either. I think he's right. I think it doesn't. See, I don't think that's the fans' fault or his fault. That's just the fact that they book him every Monday to do something like that, and it's
he has fantastic matches most often. I mean, he's the most consistent top level performer, but they also don't have him in a highly regarded spot. He'll be in the middle of the show, he'll open the show, but he's not often the main event. He's not showcased as a huge deal often. Now, maybe being the champion, hopefully he'll get better, regarded as better, but I mean, typically, even when he had the IC belt and other things, I feel like they always just kind of put him lower than what he was worth. So.
He's going to have to do one of those running flips. So he runs and flips like a shooting star press, and then lands, instead of landing on his feet, turns it into an automatic curb stomp on the guy.
Jesus.
Imagine that if he jumped in the air and then came down as a curb stomp over someone's head.
That would be nuts.
You'd have to start doing flashy stuff like that. There's nothing he can do. It's not his fault. He's wrestled more than almost anybody, and we're seeing him every week. It's the same thing, and the writing is terrible. And when you're only left with the wrestling, and you're left with no stories, it's not wrestling anymore.
No,
so
that's the thing.
You're not going to get a reaction. Like, it's not his fault. This company,
and it was the gauntlet match that got him, reinvigorated with the fans. That's what piqued interest again. Mm-hmm. His performance when he was in there for over an hour with the gauntlet match. Same thing for Kofi. That's why they keep going to that gauntlet well. It just works because you're seeing so much good wrestling for such a large portion of the show.
Yeah,
it's hard not to notice the work effort. Also, PW Insider said that Undertaker was supposed to interrupt Elias. That was the plan all along, and that Vince switched it up just days before because
everybody knew.
It says here because they wanted to save it for Raw to build towards the Saudi show.
That doesn't make sense.
They said the Dead Man made a return because he's slated to face the Drifter at the Saudi Arabia show. Since Taker won't be wrestling until then, decision was made to jumpstart that feud, even though WWE had to reschedule their next trip to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Dead Man original plans were to interrupt Elias, but John Cena filled in as the doctor. So, yeah.
Explain to me this, guys. Why do we need the Undertaker to put over, I guess, Elias? Or at least to bring attention to him? I mean, he was doing a great job on his own. What's the purpose of him getting into this feud?
Well, Undertaker will win.
Yeah, Undertaker just needs somebody to face.
What's the whole purpose of just involving him in the first place?
Because somebody always interrupts Elias. That's just how they have him booked.
Okay, and why use the Undertaker?
Because it's a big name.
Well,
that's all it comes down to.
I have two reasons.
I understand what you're saying.
Number
Dave.
one,
why not have an actual feud?
I can tell you why. Because number one, the Undertaker can interrupt him, then he can call the Undertaker out. Then they can have a match. And also, Undertaker can't really have long matches, so Undertaker can beat him quickly, and it doesn't seem like a burial of him because that's just kind of what he does. He gets mad at people. He does these things, and then he usually loses. And so the Undertaker, it doesn't end up burying any important talent, but the Elias gets to work with him, keeping Elias's kind of comedy act going.
So you're saying Elias is not important talent? Like,
he's very important.
Then,
but not for winning and losing.
Does not compute.
Elias is entertaining. That's all that matters. They don't care win, lose. It's not about belts or matches.
Yeah, but you say when Undertaker defeats, somebody like, it's not top tier talent, so you have nothing to worry about. But then you just said that, you're hoping for good things for Elias. So like, I'm trying to consolidate the two and understand you.
I have given up on any of the, like, oh wow, that guy's going to be champion and stuff like that. I mean, he could win an Intercontinental belt. Like, stuff like that would be great for him. I think he should. But I have given up on thinking that he needs to win matches and stuff. All Elias does is entertain me. I don't care if he loses, gets his ass kicked, whatever. So I've given up.
Because he's had really good matches before, but we don't get to see him actually wrestle that often.
Yeah, they don't care about
that.
Also,
your thing is more like you don't care in what capacity. You just you want to see him no matter what.
Yeah, I want to see Elias.
It doesn't have to be a match.
Right. I just want to see Elias entertain me, and I want him to give the window for somebody to surprise us or come out, because he pops the crowd. If there was no Elias,
true.
He builds it up for somebody.
He doesn't have to wrestle to fucking pop the crowd, and that's the crazy thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And that's more effective, as we've been discussing.
He's one of the top characters in the company right now, and he's basically like terrible in the ring at this point. Not actually, but I mean, like, win-loss wise. But he is
his record.
He's a top character. I mean, I care about him more than Reigns. I mean, maybe if Reigns was heel, I would care, but he's more important than almost anybody. His segment on Raw last night was the best thing to me, almost. Dude, when he goes, the next person to interrupt me is a dead man. Like, that was funny as shit. Like, even though it was cheesy kind of, like, it was like, oh my God.
I thought it was great just for the fact, like, I was thinking to myself, they don't normally allow somebody to say that sort of thing on Raw, and then I'm thinking, hey, is this like the time that Undertaker comes out, and boom, right on cue he comes out. So I like the play on words. I like the fact that they sort of pushed it with the language, because even small language apparently sometimes is censored on Raw or SmackDown because it's too edgy, despite the fact that it's only a PG show. So, it was a cool event, but it could have been better, and I personally just don't understand the purpose of pushing. Like, I know you guys explained it, but it just doesn't make sense currently why they're going to, use them at the Saudi Arabian show. But you made some good points.
I love Kofi too. Like, I mean, I just wish a lot of the other stuff was better, and we got something different last night and all those sorts of things. But I am happy about Kofi. I just think people wanted all these different crazy stuff to happen. I think after this week, people go back to, not being as angry and being happy with Kofi and everything else like that. They were loving Kofi tonight. Nothing bad was happening there, so that's good.
Do you think I'm crazy with saying that it would have been more impactful had we not had him on Raw last night?
Yeah, because they kind of already did a celebration, but
yes.
I feel like, because especially knowing that we got screwed last night,
it worked out though.
The only reason they had him on there, it still worked out in their favor, but I feel like it would have been more monumentous or monumental and more of a momentous occasion had they waited and not, blew their load so early, because fans are still angry about Raw, knowing that the only reason Kofi showed up was to have a faux match, which led to the bar interfering just to give us a shitty main event.
That main event tonight was awful. The minute that SmackDown started and we all found out that was the main event, it was like...
Well, I'm saying for Raw, though, to know that we were... They pissed everybody off by saying, oh, we're going to get this great one-on-one match, just to have it be interrupted by the bar, of all people, to lead to a shitty tag match to close out Raw. That was so insulting and infuriating.
I don't understand how they don't know.
People left the arena, and...
I don't understand how they don't know that at the beginning of the show, when they make that match and everybody cheers, that everybody's brains are going to kick in and they're going to say, okay, well, either there's going to be a title change tonight or someone's interfering in this. So
yeah, either way, it's going to be massive. They set the fans up. Either someone's going to be a dual champ, for the first time ever. We're going to have someone be Universal and WWE champion at the same time.
Someone big is coming out, or something's crazy.
Or yes, there's going to be a major debut, return, or huge story implication. Something massive. Regardless is happening. It's the Raw after Mania. It's a big deal. They always tout the Raw after Mania. They have one of the best, crowds. They say. It has to be something important. And then the fucking bar comes out.
Yeah, I don't understand what's wrong with them. Like, if they were in front of a casual crowd the night after WrestleMania, then I would get it. Like, they would get heat on those guys. But they didn't get heat on those guys the way they want to. They ended up getting... Or maybe they just thought, well, they will be pissed, so the casuals will believe it. Like, I don't know, but like...
But then they ended up chanting for AEW and bringing out the beach balls. And
yeah, all night they hadn't done it.
They had the crowd well maintained all night. And then yet again, it has to be during Cesaro's match that the beach balls come out. And
it
he's
was
out there
blue
popping
balls.
The beach balls.
It was blue balls. They gave the entire crowd blue ball. Dude, it was like a girl coming over your house and like dancing all over you and showing you her titties kind of and her bra and rubbing herself and doing all these things. And then like 2 hours later... being like, all right, I'm leaving.
She's facing the other way, Joe, and she's got a thong on. You're like, that's a nice ass. And she does this little sultry, seductive shake, a little bit of a twerk. She bends over, and she pulls the thong down slowly, and she turns around, and she's got a gigantic cock. That's what it was like.
Jesus Christ.
That's what it was like.
Just
this big fucking dangling meat sack.
That's true. Like,
and you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, it's a big.
I'll do it. I don't want to. I'll do it. But I'm not going to be happy about it.
If they were looking to, build heat, but also build a character, why not send Drew Galloway out there?
Yeah, Drew or Daniel Bryan or if they didn't want to turn anybody from the New Day or Roman heel, then they had other options.
Or form a new faction. I was thinking
even Lashley.
Yeah,
don't you want to build that character?
No,
they already did with they did with Dean. So Dean attacked somebody, Lars attacked somebody. You could have really had a group of people. I don't know. It just felt like the night DX.
Or EC3.
Yeah, EC3 could have come out.
Imagine that.
Yeah,
I think the fans would have been more accepting of that.
He could have grabbed the mic.
He gets a main event feud. Yeah, I'd be.
Yeah, and he could have grabbed the mic and he should have said, "You're all looking at this when you should be looking at me," like a type of deal. And then everybody would have booed, and he would have gotten heat, but it would have been unsuspecting heat, and it would have been weird.
But it's built. No. See, this was the perfect opportunity to take some sort of heel and attack these two heroes, and make a name for that heel as someone who's willing to go up. When you're expecting a great match and screw it all over. That builds great heat, but it builds a great character.
But I think they thought that with the bar, which is ridiculous.
No, then they're retarded because they've got up and comers that should be highlighted for their skills. Could have taken this opportunity, and no.
Yeah,
you use established guys. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I still don't understand what that was. You're using guys that were. that we've been bored of because they're on TV so much, and here they are again. And again, they thought the fact that, oh no, they're coming from SmackDown. They literally thought that because they came from SmackDown, it was some crazy thing. Just like tonight, they were like, oh my God, Drew McIntyre's here. This isn't
and it's
WCW.
only a one-off, too, with Drew being with the bar, apparently. It's not supposed to carry on forward. It's just a one-off because he's going to be there on SmackDown.
They really think that we're that surprised that someone's coming over from, like it's WCW, WWE. Like, they're on drugs. 207, what's up?
What's going on?
My question is do you guys see the brand split ending, or this be the last Superstar shakeup?
I hope so, because this one's pointless.
Fox apparently
it seems like it is.
Well, I know they said it publicly that they want certain people to SmackDown, they want certain things to happen, but we've heard a lot of speculation as well that they want the brand split over with. So I could see Fox getting what they demand after paying them that much money.
Thank you, 207, for the call, too, man. I appreciate that.
And I hope the brand split's over because it's killing the show.
It's a fake brand split.
The puppet is Bray playing with JoJo's abortion.
Oh God, the puppet, like it's goddamn JoJo's and Bray Wyatt's offspring. Spaz. Thank you for the
in regards to that caller, yeah, I hope it's not only the last, shake-up, but it's also the last, that we have to deal with this brand split and that it just finally unifies into something a little more coherent.
Because they can do it without having a split. They can still have people.
That's my point.
Yeah, they don't have to be relegated to different shows and have to stay that way, but they can still have Raw and SmackDown. And
William Pachetti, thank you very much for the $2 super chat, man. Just dropping a $2 tip. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I mean, that they can still have everything they did last night and tonight, but it wouldn't be as much of a party issue.
Did you leave the Streamlabs donations off?
No, Lewis. What's up, man? Luis Alejandro. No, why? Is there a problem with him? I'm seeing him come through. Spaz's came through. Casey's. Oh, it was a super chat. TJ donated $3.16. Yeah, that was TJ. That was TJ, Mr. Jones. He's got the Unapologetic podcast. We'll have to shout out his podcast some more. It's good stuff. On the shows. Luis Antonio Alejandro, thank you, sir. Yeah, they should be working. Hope they're working. I'm going to play Diablo tonight later if I don't fall asleep. Fucking SmackDown murdered my life tonight. Really
Bray
did.
Wyatt put up a thing saying, I'm going to miss us trying to kill each other more than I should to Dean. That was nice, acknowledge him leaving. We didn't mention yet that
nice
Paige...
breaking kayfabe.
Yeah, hey, what are you going to do? Kayfabe's dead, we know it. Paige is coming back next week with backup, apparently.
Yeah, and whores taste good. I don't go out and order them.
I'm curious who Paige brings around next week. She's going to come back with a mystery team.
A couple of hookers.
But isn't it weird that she's able to do that even though, she's not the GM, and on top of that...
She's going to be a manager. She's going to be a manager.
She's going to be a manager, but you got the brand split going on next week, so it makes it odd to do it then.
I'm sure there's going to be some debuts next week, to be honest.
Onyx.
I hope they don't do it like when you were at the shake-up, whatever, the draft, whatever you want to call it.
Finn Balor's coming. Here's a picture of him.
Yeah, that was so ridiculous. Either don't, because then they would play the music and the star would just walk on the stage and wave, and then
it's
going to
be Johnny Gargano's wife and
Candice
LeRae or whatever, and who's the other girl that we rumored to come up? Princess Pirate, right?
Yeah.
So it's either those two or it's Candice LeRae and that gymnastics chick. It's one of those two. Swear to God. Promise. Mark it down. I really believe that. And Paige is going to do her best Sunny impression. It'll be great.
Yeah. What's her name? Casey
Kanowski, some kind of
Catanzaro.
Yeah, Catanzaro, some kind of crazy last name.
Yeah, Catanzaro. She's impressive in the ring. But.
Those two together could do well. I don't know why I just pitched them together, but if not, it's probably it's her and it's Kairi Sane and fucking
Candice
LeRae. Yeah, it's gonna be those two probably. Who else would it be?
Yeah, and then
who else would be ready?
I don't know.
No one else is ready.
Yeah, who's ready? Certainly not Asuka. Becky had a funny little response to the quote-unquote botched finish of Mania.
Please let The Undertaker die.
Oh, my God. Kyer Kemp, man. I hope he doesn't. I want him to do some shoot interviews. I want to hear some backstage stuff.
Retire from WWE at this point.
God, I got the New York Islanders colors going down there. What were you going to say, Jake?
Becky had a little funny retort about the quote-unquote botched ending to Mania. She said, I'm happy that I beat her with a wrestling move after she talked about how she insulted my business. She insulted my business and I beat her with a wrestling move. That's all we need to know.
The Serious Hour podcast.
Becky Two Belts.
Becky Two Belts. I like the Serious Hour podcast. Thanks for the $2. It must be a real serious hour of podcasting.
Super serious.
The belts really have, going back to that, the belts really had like Velcro on them? Is that really serious?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, apparently, Dave said he couldn't see it well in the Skype chat, but
they didn't fit around someone's waist. Maybe
on Mania they had it, but it was multiple belts that had it. I'm going through and I'm looking at different pictures that I was sent.
What are we fucking 8?
So it's weird, but
Gook the Humpster.
How about some PUBG? I love that sweet sexy ass of your Asian soldier. He could shoot that warm egg drop soup come in my ass any day. Get that chicken dinner, bro.
You remember the other day when our first game we got the chicken dinner?
Yeah,
that was
luck on luck.
Fucking awesome. I was so pumped, dude, to turn that game on and then to win like how we did, where we weren't paying attention for the first few minutes.
Yeah, with Tommy.
And then to run through everything and then get to the circle and then we end up fucking killing people too. We didn't just win by hiding. Like, I got 5 kills, you got 3, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was an exciting win. I don't think we're gonna tonight though, to be honest, Gook, because I am just dead. I would not be able to even kill anybody, and I bet the same goes for Jake.
Tomorrow we go after out of nowhere. We can attempt to tear it up, and Connor has the game. We got to get him in there. I got it for him last year.
You did? You wasted your money.
We never ended up playing it, so.
You wasted your goddamn money, Jake.
He was supposed to join us, and we never got him in there.
Send him a hooker, he would have played it.
Super chat. Super chat.
Damn straight.
What's up, Joe and Jake? SD was horrible 5/10.
SmackDown was horrible 5 out of 10 from Casey Rose. What's up, Casey Rose? I actually gave it a 2 out of 10 just because I was so angry.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it a 3 tonight, and I don't even remember what we gave Raw. That's terrible. But
I see it. You know what? It's
got Velcro at the end.
It's to support the belt to make sure it
Super chat.
But they don't have the metal snaps.
When has WWE waited for an NXT wrestler to be ready?
When has WWE waited for NXT? That's a good point. Wild Panther. Thank you, Wild Panther.
Johnny Gargano said that he's tired of being asked about, the main roster. He says NXT is the main roster, so stop asking.
Damn, I agree too. Don't come up, man.
Yeah. There was a lot of tag team matches tonight, so I might even go like 3.5 because I think I gave Raw somewhere around that, so I want to go a little bit higher, but this was just as bland. I mean, there really wasn't anything that stood out that much. I didn't hate the celebration in the beginning by any means. I'm happy that, obviously Kofi's the winner. It just being interrupted by the bar, I was like, oh, again, even with Drew showing up, it just didn't do anything for me, so the celebration was nice and genuine, but I know that it's obviously monumental for them to win. It is something nice, but
here we go, about to get it, man. Here we go. Oh no!
Do you think WWE knows they missed the ball with Bray Wyatt and that's why they're keeping us waiting for his return?
The Serious Hour podcast, I think that they could have brought him back a couple times. They didn't do it. And yeah, they probably are just waiting for the right time, to kickstart something after Mania. Now we have to know they have to wait until the brand split. So they don't want to do it tonight. They don't want to do it in the brand split. And that's the problem with having the brand split at this time. It ruins everything. It ruins the night after Mania. But WWE now figures, the night after Mania is going to be hot anyway, so we won't do a bunch of crazy stuff that night. So then we'll have that, and then we'll do crazy stuff like
party.
It's just it's watered down now. It's all watered down. Bray Wyatt's buzzard puppet. Thank you for the dollar,
Buzzy
man.
the buzzard.
I will say something about yesterday and tonight, where Lacey Evans is able to run quite quickly with some high heels.
Yeah, she was pretty good. I was worried she's going to break her ankle, though. I have no idea why anybody...
So was I.
Why are you running in those? Like, seriously,
she keeps her balance. That's impressive.
You could really break your ankle badly and be hurt. I mean, I know. Look at me. My ankle is still not right a year later, and I never gotten hurt in my life, really, for anything.
Super Chat Party.
Jesco, the Dancing Outlaw. What's up? What a name. That's a hell of a name. Super Chat Party, baby. Appreciate that. Dude, I was
happy. Like I said, I know you're tired of the Hardys. I was happy that they won. I just wish it happened at
Listen,
Mania.
obviously I love the Hardys. I love Matt. I love them. But as far as the TV show, I just laughed. I laughed actually hysterically when they won.
I believe it.
Why would you take these belts off the Usos right now? Like, I don't. What a dumb.
Yeah, especially the night after. It's just to have something noteworthy for people to
Twitch
blog and
follower.
write about.
Hell yeah! Take my pants off.
Last Cement, thanks for following me. If you guys
I like the Iconic segment. I like them destroying the best tag team in Brooklyn. I like what they said in the beginning. And they really talked up the Brooklyn Bells. Oh, they got a record. It's 45-0. And, you know, I like that segment. So.
I love that you said that.
Party.
Bray Wyatt's buzzard puppet. Thank you for another $1, man. I appreciate that.
Buzzy chiming back in.
That was my favorite one. I think my favorite moment of the night was the Iconics.
Yeah, that followed by the Hardys winning. Like you said, though, why do it even at all? Why not do it at Mania? They should have just. I'm still stuck on that.
Well, why not have them feud?
Seeing those two face each other at Mania.
Well, the answer is again, like you said, they're going to the other brand, but like that's stupid. Like, I mean, I get it.
They could have done the same thing, had it at Mania, and they still could have gone to the other brand. They could have just had a rematch tonight.
Yeah, just
for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, they could have built. They could have had a ladder match at WrestleMania for the belts.
Yeah,
and they could have included Ricochet
for on Twitter, like he you know, proclaimed would happen on YouTube.
That's 14 months in a row of subscribing to me on Twitch, Elias. Thank you for the money, Elias, and the subscription on twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS.
Joe Cronin Show walks with Elias.
I'm going to play some Diablo on Twitch later, maybe. So thank you, man, for supporting me on Twitch.
Elias will be at the Shakeups Monday at Raw as well, so we got a man on the inside.
Yeah, man. Have fun there, man, and
he was worried. He was like, what show to go to? I'm like, I don't know. It's a crapshoot, but I think Raw would be a little better usually for the shakeups.
Yeah, I agree. Bray Wyatt's buzzard puppet. Thank you for the $2, Bray Wyatt's buzzard puppet.
They usually focus on Raw, so.
Had an interview with RVD not that long ago. It went like this.
All right, Rob, I'm not recording this. I told you I wouldn't record this. You told me to give me 3 minutes. Listen,
hey, Joe.
I want you to be on the show, man. I just don't understand, why you wouldn't come on our show.
Yeah, I really would love to do the show, but it's going to be about $1,000.
Oh. I mean, Rob, we don't have that money. I mean, we don't have that kind of money. You do all these shows with like little kids and stuff in their bedrooms.
Yeah, well, that's because they paid me $1,000.
Come on, Rob. I mean, really. I mean, we're a professional show. 11 million views this year, 25,000 subscribers. I mean, Rob, what you're doing? Nobody's shows. Are you charging 11-year-olds? Are you charging 11-year-old kids $1,000 too?
Man. But listen, I gotta toke up, man. I'll talk to you later, bro. I gotta go smoke up
RVD,
with
come
Vince
on, man.
Russo now. Hey, I gotta go do some 5-year-old's podcast. I'll see you later. His mom paid me $1,000. We'll see you later. Forget your 25,000 subscribers, 11 million views. RVD out.
You're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
A nice throwback to a time where RVD just wouldn't do my show, man. He
wanted a shit ton of cash and
or
at least a duffel bag full of sticky icky.
He was on like Rusted Reality Radio Wrestling podcast, and I remember I went to the interview and it had 80 views. 80 views on YouTube, and their podcast version of it had 17 views. And I was like, how did they get RVD for an hour? So then I had been reaching out to him. He hadn't said anything. Then finally I was like, hey, RVD, da-da-da. And then he was like, somebody in his camp got back to me with like, oh, it's like $1,000 or something. I was like, I don't think like buttfuck, whoever dropped that much money for him to be on his little PlayStation podcast. So I was like, all right. I guess that's what's happening, huh? And so we had to mock it there. We had to have some fun with it. But any closing points by you guys before we get the hell out of here as far as SmackDown goes? I've got nothing else other than, I guess, brand split next week. Yay!
It was lackluster.
It was. Tommy NC could have summed it up for us. It was lackluster. Guys, I uploaded 3 or 4 videos that you guys might have missed that I put up earlier. Go watch those, binge them, check them out, and then look for me on Twitch to possibly go live with some Diablo 3 content, maybe on my gaming channel on YouTube as well. 931's been hanging on the phone, though, so let's close it out with that. 931, what's up?
Hey, bro, it's Matt Moon here, dude. I was just wondering how you haven't been blocked from following Road Dogg.
Oh, me?
He blocked me yesterday for arguing wins and losses matter in WWE, so he blocked me.
Well, I mean, so 3 years ago, I said something to Road Dogg. About 3.5 years ago, I said something to him. We got in a little fight, but I was kind of nice, and we got in a little fight. And he started talking to me. We talked about some stuff, and then after that, he started being cool with me. Then he followed me, and then me and Road Dogg would DM and talk. And then Road Dogg, would be cool, and then people from WWE would, give me some good seats and talk to me, and one of the people from there knew about my NXT stuff, and I don't know, he was really cool for a while, and I would piss him off because I would always send him shit, and at one point he did block me after all the stuff. Like, he finally blocked. He said, "You know what, Joe, I can't get through to you, and you're just always going to be miserable with this," and then he blocked me, and then he unblocked me eventually, and then but he doesn't follow me anymore. But yeah, he blocks a lot of people probably because he just gets so much negative shit that he just blocks people. I guess that's probably why he blocked you. I mean, with me, he probably realized that I was doing a show and had a lot of people listening. And
well, he said that before. He said I forget the specific quote. It was like your character or persona, one of the two. He made note to that.
Right.
He was like, if it could be toned down, it would work better or something like that. I remember him saying that a while back.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Well, that's their problem. Wins and losses do not matter to them at all.
It should.
I remember him saying that the wins and losses don't matter. And to a degree they don't. He's right to a degree. But I remember when Bray Wyatt was losing a lot, it was like, listen, I know that wins and losses don't really mean that much to Bray, because I always saw Bray as like a reckless mankind type. Like, he creates chaos, but then maybe he loses. But you got to win sometimes. Like, you got to win.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman,
like 30% of the time you have to win. Bray Wyatt was losing 90% of the time. So, it's at some point people think you're a joke. So
and then not even constant losses, but the announcers made a great point. I forget who said it last night, but they even made mention when Bayley was out. It might have been Graves, but saying about Sasha how, well, she can win a title, but she just can't keep it. That's another time when wins and losses really matters. You can get a belt, and then you don't need to be playing hot potato with it, going all over the place. So,
I was like, have y'all heard of the streak? It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
well, they didn't even know they had the streak on their hands until they were like 10 or 11 in at that point. Then they're like, oh wait.
Well, see, Bray Wyatt is like, I don't know, man. It's just like, I get when it's not so black and white. Losses and wins and losses don't mean everything, and they don't mean nothing. Like, that's the thing. It's somewhere in the middle. Like, you can have a character that loses a lot because he doesn't need to win. Like Elias. Elias doesn't need to win, but that's because his special position that he's in, he doesn't need to win. But if you're Bray Wyatt, and you're up against like the champion at WrestleMania, or up against this guy or that guy,
John Cena.
Yeah, like it matters then, because then you just know, oh, well, Bray Wyatt's going to fucking lose. I don't believe any of this. It's stupid. And Bray Wyatt coming out and cutting promos, if your gimmick is going to be cutting promos like, the world is on fire and I can feel myself, like what's going to happen is people are just going to be like, you're annoying. You lose every time. Shut up. Like,
it happened to with Cena and Rusev. It happened with Cena and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
it makes you, like you said, you lose faith in those characters and their ability to get the job done.
Well, also, I don't believe his promos were that good because they were all the same. So if all your promos are going to be the same and you're going to lose every time, you're going to suck. Mankind at least was like weird. Like, he'd be like, and I don't know what's going to happen when I rip his face off. Like, you're like, oh my God, like, what is he going to do? And then he loses. And
but he was also a very unique case, too.
Yeah, yeah. It was just, you know, you believe that more, and it was different. But yeah, Bray Wyatt needed to win a little bit more than he did. So yeah, asinine statement from them. And instead of saying to you guys, you know, wins and losses don't matter, they could have just said sometimes wins and losses don't matter. If they had said that, yeah, that's right. But how about this? He never wins. Never wins.
Right.
And then what do you say then? And they don't say anything back after that because it's just wrong. You're right. But they're right, but they're wrong. It's whatever. The truth is in the middle, and I don't know why they can't respond with. And sometimes he does. Sometimes these guys in WWE respond with, well, maybe you got a point. You got to be really constructive with it. But when you say something very constructive, like in a nice way to them, they don't respond. But when you say something wild to them, they respond. So, like, they're actually opening the door for more of this sort of banter and hate. Like, I've said, like, nice things to people on Twitter from WWE where I'm like, hey, like, I get what you guys are thinking, but, like, why not, like, this or that? Or, like, take a look at this. And I also get that, why am I reaching out saying this to them? Like I matter worth of shit. You know, like I'm just some dickhead on Twitter. So they see it that way. They see me as a loser who's tweeting them. Like they don't care. So like, but we take it as, why don't they answer? Why did they say this? Like they just think we're fucking Twitter trolls. You know, like they're in a bubble, and I don't blame them. It's like people criticize me all the time for stuff too, but sometimes I just say, yeah, piss off, you know, because it's not even constructive. It's like a guy being like, what was the guy on Twitter earlier was like saying, I made fun of the Dasha Fuentes for getting, finally she's gone, and somebody was like, they're better than you, and I'm like, okay, I guess, you know, like I don't, you know, what am I gonna fight with you about that? I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, really.
You know, so like, I don't know. Like sometimes you don't respond to people the same way. If somebody really has a problem with me, I'll bring them on if they want to talk, but a lot of people just want to get themselves over. So I get it. WWE and those guys see a lot of us as people that just want to get themselves over. Like, oh, I'm just trying to get and honestly, sometimes I am doing that. So I don't blame them that when I say something to them, they don't want to give back or they want to make fun of me. I get it. Because I'm being selfish, like with what I'm tweeting to them, so they don't want to hear it. There's some people that have been my patrons or supporters before, and if somebody had a legitimate problem with me, and they'd come to me and said that, Joe, I think you do this wrong, or I don't like what you did here, I would listen to it and be like, shit, maybe I could change it, or maybe I won't, but at least I know what you said. But then there's some people who just want to get themselves over, who want to go on a different show or go somewhere and talk shit about me like I did all this stuff to them that I didn't do, and then sort of paint me in a way. And at that point, what's the point in talking to that person? Because they're not really supporting me to support me. They're only doing it so eventually they can say, I knew him, I was part of his thing, and he's a scumbag. And they're trying to get themselves over, or their own YouTube over, or something like that. Not just trying to be nice and supporting, or whatever, you know. And yeah, but yet if they'd come to me and said, hey Joe, I love you, man. Listen, I got this podcast or this product or whatever. I'm a $25 patron. I'm a $50 patron. I got this product or this thing. Hey, maybe we could do a show together. Maybe you could promote it or something. Fuck yeah, I'm doing that for you. Like, so, but why did you have to go bury me and make stuff up and then also come to me and yell at me about what I need to change on my show? I don't believe you. You seem like a troll now. So WWE sees me and you and maybe other people like that on Twitter, thus why, unfortunately, you got blocked. And when you get blocked, you feel bad because you're like, I know I was ranting and I was being crazy, but at the same time, I care about you like this, and now Road Dogg blocked you, and it's like, that sucks because you kind of feel bad.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. At least you ain't got JD heat, Joe. That dude's got so much heat, I would hate to be that dude.
Oh, dude.
Y'all have a good night, guys.
It's true, man. Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for the call.
The funny thing is now is that WWE is looking for help with storyline continuity. They posted a job for continuity script supervisor. They want you to maintain and oversee the weekly continuity documents for Raw and SmackDown.
That's not my job.
They're admitting they have a problem with continuity that we say.
That is for a super nerd. That is for like, I'm sorry, we can't do that storyline that way because on April 7th, if you remember, Braun Strowman tried to blow Vince McMahon and told Vince he had the greatest cock ever. Now he's saying he wants to see his cock. That doesn't make sense. He already saw it.
two people come to mind, both Y Society and Matt the Misfit. Instantly, those two guys always impress me. They can pull facts out of their ass like you've never seen before.
Yeah.
I could be like, oh, I can't remember what happened, last April. They're like, well, which day? April 7th was this pay-per-view, and it happened in this town at this time, and the main event was this, but they opened the show, the dark match was this. I'm like, Jesus, that's impressive.
I would also hire Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Like, legit.
She's a historian for,
Like,
we can't lose her on JCS.
I don't think she cares that much about wrestling right now to do that, but if she was working there, then she would. So, like, I just think she would do a great job. I know a couple people.
Somebody had said that, JD made a point before, and I'll concede to this one. It is funny how the Usos went ahead and, kind of, you heard they were disgruntled. Will they, won't they sign? Then all of a sudden they become the tag champs. Last week they finally re-signed with the WWE, and this week they lose the titles. So it's hard not to look at it as a conspiracy type thing. Honestly, you hear somebody's disgruntled and has an issue, and oh, you're still the champions, and then as soon as they re-signed, it's by the way, we're taking those belts back. So,
man. Well,
Money in the Bank, Joe. The XL Center, for what it's worth, has 2 matches listed, both Money in the Bank matches. They're advertising Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley to be in the first match. Now, I don't know, because Finn's obviously the IC champion, but we've seen people that are champs be in the match before. So, and the second women's Money in the Bank is Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley so far. That might just be the arena listing, who's going to be there, because they also say come to see as well Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. So it doesn't necessarily mean those are the final things, but that is interesting if that's the case for the either one of those matches.
Yeah, that is.
I have a feeling that it's going to be likely Randy Orton, Mustafa Ali, and Kevin Owens from the SmackDown side. Even if they move, I think those 3 will likely be in the...
Oh, wow. Yeah, because Mustafa Ali's definitely sliding into the AJ spot now, it looks like.
Yeah, and he... I have a feeling they'll throw him into the ladder match because he's a real workhorse.
Yep.
And he'll do those, crazy spots.
And you think Ricochet's got to make one of those ladder matches?
Yeah, that's another one it's almost a given, but...
Yeah, he's got to be... He was so good in those NXT... That opening ladder match on NXT TakeOver like 4 takeovers ago. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, for the title.
With Lars Sullivan was in
title.
it too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was great.
So AJ is dealing with a leg injury right now. He was seen, like we said yesterday, limping at the airport. He was pulled from tonight's SmackDown. Now we're hearing worry about Drew. It could either be a hip or a leg injury for AJ. Sasha, we don't know what's up with her. The internet's worried about her, and we're hearing, like we said before, with this backstage stuff. So maybe tomorrow, for out of nowhere, we'll have some more details, interviews. I'll reach out to some people and see what we can hear that has a little more concrete evidence to it.
561, what's up?
Hello, guys.
Hello, what's going on? It's been a while.
Not much. This is mom and son.
Michael, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, bud? Haven't heard from you in a while.
Hello.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Did you like WrestleMania? Were you able to watch on Sunday?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
What was your favorite match?
I think you said Seth Rollins. You cut out a little bit. Seth Rollins?
Kofi.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, Kofi.
Kofi, yeah.
I don't blame you. Everybody
dude,
loved that match.
I was so happy for Kofi.
That was the best match of the night.
It was, dude. It really was. Dude, my live stream, I had tears in my eyes, for God's sake, on my live stream. It was crazy.
Yeah, we were crying and screaming too.
That's crazy. Like I didn't know I was gonna do that, but that's sick.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, who do you want Kofi to face for the title now that he's champion?
I don't know.
Screw it, just keep the belt. Let him just keep it forever. Like, hey, Hey, listen, Michael, I'm going to let you go, man, but say thank you to your mom and Michael. I love you guys. I'm so happy that you guys at least enjoyed that match.
Yeah, glad you're able to watch WrestleMania and enjoy it.
Next year, Tampa, we're gonna be over there.
Oh, yeah, I might be down there. I don't know yet. I mean, who knows? I said that about New York this year, and I wasn't there, but maybe Tampa next year, maybe.
It will be great to meet you.
Yeah, I would love to meet you guys. That would be fun. I honestly, it will be easier to go to Tampa in a way than New York. New York is so difficult. Everybody was emailing me. I had other YouTubers and stuff being like, this was the worst to travel to. And I'm like, yeah, getting into the city and everything is such a pain. It's going to be so much easier in Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it'll be way easier.
Well, we live 3 hours from Tampa, 2.5.
Okay.
So, mi casa is tu casa.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Maybe. I'm sleeping with Michael. Thank you, guys. Love you. Love you. I'll see you at WrestleMania next year, maybe. Thank you, Michael. Good night.
Haven't heard from him, both of them in a while.
Hell yeah, man. Michael, I'm pumped up to hear from you, dude. I love your mom, too. Love your mom. I'm sleeping with Michael. I'm sleeping in Michael's house. It'll be like in your house in Tampa.
Yeah, we're coming over for dinner.
Hell yeah. That being said, I got nothing else, man. Unless there's something breaking down. Oh yeah, what do you think about the 205 Live? How they don't really they don't say like, "Hey, we're live." 205 Live.
Yeah, that troubles
now.
me. They've never really gotten that to become a focus of anything. It's baffling. Why would you not want people to go to the network and?
The only thing I said was if like USA was like, "Don't do that, please."
But you figure they should treat it like the third hour of SmackDown, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, come over here, join us now, and like you said, USA might want them to watch Temptation Island or whatever it is afterwards, Ms. and Mrs., that kind of stuff, but I don't know. They should be able to advertise.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They have before, so that's the thing. If they have before, why can't they do it now? So, and yeah, I just don't understand why they can't say, guys, everybody remember 205 Live's going on next. Like right here, live on the WWE Network. And maybe even, shit, man, you could even, well, they don't have time. I was going to say they could start, like, setting up the next thing for 205 almost.
Yeah, it should be like the last, SmackDown's ending, you got 20 seconds, and you see, like, the transition setup or something.
Yeah, you may trigger someone to go, oh, yeah, the WWE Network. They'll either go watch it.
Tony Nese was victorious Sunday.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
How about just during, like, before the commercial break at the 9:50 mark? 9:50. Hey, coming up next is 205 Live, the new champion Tony Nese, and he's walking in the hallway with the belt. Coming up on the WWE Network after SmackDown. SmackDown continues, and then they can come back. But at least they plugged it once. If you never plug something, you don't get anything. When I didn't used to plug my Patreon, nobody became a patron because they didn't think about it or know. Like, you may even trigger, fuck it, maybe fucking 50 people sign up for the network. Maybe. Someone goes, you know what, I'm going to try that network thing. I want to see what happens on this 205 Live. And you may trigger 50 people to buy it, 100 people, 500, whatever. And I don't understand why they don't do that, why they don't just, not only do they have a promotion for a dark match where the main roster guys come back at the end to keep the audience in the arena tonight, but why not have it set up to like keep the audience watching the WWE product? I just don't get it. I don't understand why they fail on that opportunity. But that being said, I'm done as far as my reaction to WWE. We'll be live tomorrow night right here at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for Out of Nowhere, the wrestling podcast, episode 100 and whatever the hell episode we're on. I am going to have some stuff going up on Patreon in the next couple days, including probably maybe tonight. I put up some funny thing earlier from Bayley that you guys can go listen to. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thanks to Daryl and to TJ. $25 patron and $100 patron. Holy shit. That really helps out. And everybody's helps out. If you can do $1 a month, that helps. $5 for certain does. But you also get 30 hours of bonus content a month And yes, tomorrow, I believe, or Thursday, I will be recording the next episode of Final Frontier News with Dave Rose. I'm going to put up a Q&A on Patreon tonight to ask you guys, what do you want to hear the most? The last thing we did, what did we do last, Dave, actually? Was it the moon? No, we didn't get to the moon landing stuff.
No, we talked about more recent affairs with SpaceX, and
we did a live show with SpaceX.
Yeah.
So I think we do want to cover the moon landing. What's fake? What's not? What is the moon?
Oh yeah, because I had brought up too the question about that company that Tom DeLonge was running.
Yeah.
Right. And real quick before so Final Frontier News coming to Patreon only, full episode, audio download, me and Dave Rose. Make sure you guys check that out. If you're in the $10 tier, you get almost goddamn everything. Pretty much everything in the $10 tier. There's about 5% more if you go up above that. Plus, you get a producer credit 25 or above. If that means something to you, it's pretty cool. What do you guys think, real quick, to close out the show right now? Jim Ross, AEW, huge contract reportedly.
Yeah.
Do you think that's? Do you think they're blowing steam?
He's not closed off to a WWE return either.
Do you think that the biggest contract in history thing is bullshit, or do you think that's real? Because we saw the Hardys say something like that about Ring of Honor at one point.
I think it might be legit, and just because it's a huge get, a lot of people have a gripe with, justifiably so, with the commentary team with WWE, and JR is timeless. He's classic, and there's a great deal of nostalgia for him. A lot of people, myself included, would love to have him calling the action regularly. So I think that's just something people have a soft spot in their hearts for. They want him back.
Yeah,
they want him calling things that aren't New Japan.
I think he slowed down a little bit, but I love him, and I would
He's
rather
still on the ball.
I'd rather have him half of his face fall off than what we have on Raw.
Yeah,
I don't care how bad or slow or whatever he gets.
Zombie JR joining us live. just him moaning as a zombie.
Dude, you remember when
I'd still take it.
I still remember when he called the Mae Young Classic, I think it was, or whatever he called. And Bianca Belair slapped the shit out of somebody with her hair. And she was like punching her with her hair. And Jim Ross was like, oh my God, just in the corner, Bianca Belair. And then she fucking went and fucking whipped her with her long hair. And the whipping noise was like, and fucking.
It had like a crack to it.
And JR just goes, what the hell? Like, it was fucking awesome, dude. He goes, he didn't say like, oh my goodness, she crashed her with her hair or anything like that. He just went, what the hell? Like, it was fucking, oh my God, dude. Oh, I want to find that clip because it's so fucking hilarious. He's just like, what the hell? Like, that was so like, because he was surprised and like, wow, like you could feel it, the emotion. Like, that's the type of announcer that makes people believe in stuff. If she cracked a girl with that at that time on the main roster, Michael Cole would have just been like, my goodness, Bianca Belair using her hair. And then, Corey Graves would be like, yeah, she'll use it like a whip like that or whatever. And it's just like, okay. But like when Jim Ross went, what the hell? Like,
it makes it more impactful.
Yeah, it was like,
and Daniel said, Daniel Price said, his commentary in New Japan was, fucked up badly. Well, that's what I was saying. People didn't want to see him in New Japan. And that's why they want him back, commentating. I don't want to say like American wrestling, but AEW style and things of that nature. He had a hard time with New Japan. He said because obviously there was a language barrier issue, and he said often all you have to do is two things. Give me my info sheets and tell me when we're live. And he said they couldn't do either at times. So there was a lot of combativeness and issues.
I got to give it to Matt Striker because Matt Striker is so smart. He thinks on his feet. He's smart, and the guy is just cool as ice. Like, it doesn't matter what's happening. If he doesn't know what's happening and cues are all jacked up, he doesn't like start wondering and worrying about what's up. He just kind of goes with it. Matt Striker is one of the smartest people in maybe the smartest person mentally in commentary.
His intelligence allows him to work as an improv artist, and he's excellent at it. He can really, like you said, on the fly.
He didn't miss one thing that I messed around with on commentary. When I did commentary with Matt Striker, there was like little things that I put out there and I went, oops, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I should do this. Striker picked up on everything, and called me out on everything. Like there was one point where a guy
poll comment.
This guy did basically a Spanish fly, inverted something, and I remember I couldn't remember what it was called, so I was just like, that was one of the most devastating moves we've seen all night. Matt Striker goes, Joe, what move was that? And I turned to him and I said, Matt, I can honestly say I have no idea, but it was awesome. And he goes, well, I thought so, Joe. It was a dragon, like, you know, corkscrew inverted telebomb, you know, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But like, that's how good he is. And he was calling me out.
He's got a wide breadth of knowledge. He even knows, you know, new moves, and he's constantly adapting.
He's always, dude, he's smart. He knows what he's doing. And he was basically saying to me, like, Joe, you know, if you want to try to call all the moves, you better learn all the moves. You don't know that. And, you know, this is going to be seen by like 50 people probably. So I'm going to call you out and teach you how to be a better commentator. And that's what he was doing. He was teaching me by giving me shit how to be a better commentator. And he was busting my balls, but he was also bored is the other thing. Is he was like, what are we... They asked me to do this.
Vampiro trying to signal to the back to play his music to signal to the fans.
That's the signal that's going to tell the crowd that Vampiro's here and he's going to join the team and maybe
play my fucking music.
Play my fucking music.
M17 brought that up. I forget about that.
God, I love it. I can't fucking deal with it, dude. It's the funniest fucking thing. Like, I have to save the clip forever, dude. It's the music that's going to tell the people, like...
Vampiro is here. Meanwhile, they already know that he's here. And of all songs, it's just, you know... This is fucking AC/DC, right? Back in Black.
Look at this.
And all the production aside, Vamp, where's the fucking music? I don't know if you need your music. You're being called out.
I don't know if you need your music.
Fucking God, put the music on.
I love how Matt Striker goes.
Now we see.
Vampiro, I don't know if you need your music. Will somebody please play my fucking music?
Sorry. I watched reviews of his meltdown, and it's hilarious.
Dude, I don't know where the original
I'd be pissed off too.
No, I would be too.
That whole thing was a shit show.
The whole night.
Like technical difficulties, like streaming problems, like
they had issues the whole night. And like you said, Dave, you can't understate that.
That's what happens when you fucking do it in Mexico and you got like third world help building the stage and shit. You know, it's gonna be terrible work.
Internet and just all of it was a nightmare.
What a mess. You know. The good clip is gone, unfortunately. Like that was up.
Shit on.
Like it was a really good clip of it. Maybe this is it.
They had one that was the stream quality, which it wasn't a great clip anyways. But
oh, here it is.
The stream quality was shit.
And all the production aside, Vamp, where's the fucking music? At this point in the trip, I don't know if you need your music. You're being called out.
This had already gone on.
Striker's trying to fucking keep the show going.
For the love of fucking God, put the
Watch how Striker, though, goes right back into commentating. He's like, you know, Vamp, I don't know if you need your music. And then when it kicks in, Striker goes, and now Vampiro's going to step into the... like, he goes right...
Music on.
Yeah.
Like a switch.
And you asked, and he shall receive.
And he asked, and he shall receive. Like, he goes right into whatever line he was going to say originally.
Put the music on. And all the production aside... I need my music right now. I need my music right now. Come on, man. Vampiro calling for his music because it's the music that will get these fans behind Vampiro for them to understand what's going on here.
But he has to commentate on
the
that.
production
He has to
aside,
fucking
Vamp,
tell everyone.
where's the
Vampiro is
fucking
calling
music?
for his
At
music.
this point in the
yes,
I
wish,
don't know if you
I
need
wish it
your
never
music.
played. Like Hassan has said in the chat. Like, I wish it took longer. It just never played. I want to know what would have happened.
Oh, it would have been great to see him freak out.
I mean, he was already
God.
at a breaking boiling point. So
somebody play my fucking music.
You're being called out. Sit down.
He stands up way earlier too, like right here.
Now, whoa!
Whoa, shooting star. You remember during the matches too, where Vampiro was making fun of the matches? I don't know if you understand this.
Shitting on him.
If you have not seen Triple Mania from last year, he begins to shit on the matches. Like, well, that was a real good idea to do that. Like he's like shooting on the matches. It's fucking hilarious. It's one of the funniest fucking things ever. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they got in trouble for it too, but it was just like, maybe once the people realized the translation of what was going on, or the reports coming out. What did Conan say? Like, Vampiro, man, what the hell are you doing, man? What the fuck is wrong with you, Vampiro? Oh God, get back in there, fucking get back in there. He's dead, Conan. Man, get back in there. I don't care if he's dead or what he's doing, man. Get back in the ring. What the fuck are you doing? He's dead, Conan. Just roll back in the ring, man. Wake up. Name of the Father, the Holy Ghost, man. Send him back down. He's
Isn't that
dead,
also
Conan.
the event where Pero Aguayo's there, the wrestler that passed away? Isn't that where his wife, the widow, got kicked in the face too? Isn't that what happened?
Oh, right. Yes, I mean that.
I'm pretty sure that was the same event.
Poor guy died in the ring, and then his wife is at this show, and then she gets run into.
And
Jesus, this dude. I'm telling you, if anybody can buy or find a copy, I want to keep it. It is wrestling history. It is one of the. It's full of botches, like it always is. It's always full of botches, but it is full of botches. Triple Mania, and then you get Vampiro, like Mystery Science Theater, shitting on this thing. It's fucking hilarious. Can't put it over enough for that. I mean, it's a shit show. It's hard to watch in a way, but Vampiro shitting on it is so funny. I don't even, and then Matt Striker's trying to not shit on it. He's trying to do his job, and he's like, well, Vamp, I don't know if we really need to comment on that, because I'm sure they wouldn't like that, but he tried his best there, and things don't always go well in the ring, and Vampiro's like, yeah, things don't always go well in the ring. Yeah, things don't always go well, especially when you do something really stupid like he did. And then Matt's like, well, there you have it. Vampiro thinks it's stupid, and he might be right with what happened. It's just fucking bizarre. It's like Vampiro doesn't want to be there. He's drunk or something. And then at the same time, then the crescendo is then later his music doesn't play. And then he's really pissed off. So it's not even like that just came out of nowhere. There was a build to that. Fucking a comedy, it is the fucking comedy act of a century. Oh my God. Wake up, man, get back in the ring. Come on, get back in the ring, man. What are you doing? Get back in the ring. Conan, I don't think he's moving. Shut up, man. I've seen this before. Shut up. Wake up. Fucking awful.
Yeah, grabbing him and shaking him and
fucking
Arash Markazi, I'm sure I'm butchering that name. He's the sports columnist at LA Times, says that Los Angeles is the favorite to host WrestleMania 37 at their new Inglewood Stadium. Eddie Gomes sent us that bit of information. So
wait, what? Say that again?
The LA sports columnist said that WrestleMania 37 is going to be hosted in LA at their new Inglewood Stadium. So
Inglewood? Wow.
Yeah, apparently it's a beautiful stadium.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it holds 70,000 seats.
That means they got a great deal on that. WWE got a killer deal.
Yeah, it's the 8th largest in capacity. It cost $4.9 billion to construct.
Damn.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
Well, I won't be going to WrestleMania 37.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send you the link here. Look at this really
Play
quick.
my music. Play my music. Yeah, go ahead.
Look at that in the Skype chat. The stadium is gorgeous.
Play my fucking music.
It's crazy.
Wow, that is crazy. God, I'll show this in a second, guys. Hold on.
I mean, the construction, that's their projected, like, finished look of it.
Oh, the Chargers. Oh, never won a Super Bowl. Sorry.
That was the Chargers, like, demo photo, you know, as it was being planned, and construction's, I guess, almost done. I'm not quite sure.
Vince McMahon is going to jump off the top of the building. Wow, it's going to be WrestleMania 37. Big rumor, huh? Is that a rumor, or is that them stating that?
That's a rumor. That is coming from the LA Times sports writer.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, according to multiple sources, LA is the favorite to host WrestleMania 37. So I heard that earlier today, but I didn't hear it from anyone official. So I mean, it's official as the sports columnist is, but you figure, you know, he was at this year's WrestleMania. He covers WWE.
Yeah.
So
it's got to be something.
He's a senior writer with ESPN and Sports Illustrated.
Schlong's View's making a video about it already.
And then Kevin Owens beat Sami Zayn in a dark match after SmackDown went off the air.
Or 205.
The bell rang. Kevin Owens hit the stunner and pinned Sami Zayn quickly. It was a squash match. Sizzix Studios let us know that. So,
well, there you go.
Thank you, Sizzix Studios. They were there.
Oh yeah, shout out to Eddie Gomes. Is he the one who sent it to you?
Yeah, he's the one that let us know.
Thanks, Eddie Gomes. That's it, man. That's all we got. I'm going to get the hell out of here. See you tomorrow night. We'll do Out of Nowhere, do some games. Be a lot of fun. Love you. Thank you to Devious Dave Rose for stopping by and giving us his opinion on the stuff tonight. And look
saving the night.
Look for me and Rose to do Final Frontier and a bunch of stuff to come up on Patreon and some of it to go up on the youtube.com/corrupted YouTube channel. And this is the Joe Cronin Show. Hit the sub button, hit the like button, share the videos, and all that other shit. And I got other videos that I put up you might have missed earlier tonight. Check those out. They're interesting. And that's it. I'm out. Goodbye. Keep it hard.
Over 50 million views. You're listening to the Joe Cronin Show. Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks.
Think about becoming a patron, everybody. If you haven't become a patron, download the app now. I had to put a lot of stuff that YouTube takes down up there.
Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass.